make comments about sports crowd. But here we are, or no Ebabe and sports minister. But before you remember our last day foreign trade business brain, no me busa just before Nabu Kofi Adams best trans say and Kawa Kwenya our committee ni so 1 2 3 questions ben and an kebe hia pass so be bisa on Nabu Kofi Adams. Now our last team.
Yes, Kanu me that say before that no me were concerned be na me concern no ye whether indeed the committee members ever hit the area of sports that much. I say monitoring the proceedings no can be on more. Yes, a committee for only be any interest in that area. Some of the whole thing is like, so you are a public officer. It me kofa school I will call yeah, time I will call yeah, whether your online course are now appear in person, how you funded it. Also, it's like before say ube enter into public office no. Now business be a running and that's so running. So in most cases no, I'm more limiting it to the area. So I'm just praying. Say some of the committee members no.
Clearly we heard the marking Sam George personal course no more
yes, in fact communication
to the extent that what we start question my chairman of the committee no crowd me bum ka say there be.
Yes.
Ya can say area say the emfa question emfa on here there.
Oh me can
say
me
blowing near the day nyina.
Before say me uremu ya.
That be pa.
No be sa nti ye mo mpa say the committee members ebe take keen interest in sports.
But as a sports person, just put yourself in the shoes of any of the committee members. Think we are part of committee and maybe questions now. Like who could feel as a sports person? Honorable Kofi Adams think dear na person but see na drink.
Okay.
I found was sports.
Good. Now kase on share dan tinenka publicly when it comes to sports related matters over the period. But the few times I attend in Kanu, wamana ye clear say ope boxing. It was the last time near kind of background and the fact that we have baby or specializing about parasitic diseases, those things no. But when it comes to sports, what demonstrate say baby or pepper boxing. And in fact in the last few years say this sports won't come ubiana believe say boxing and share the needed support. Until the last time we were having some conversation with until me first question say how as the Minister for Sports and Recreation or be making sure say when it comes to sports disciplines ayajiatum say ye wahano okay how funding okay fairly ebeye distributed, because over the years can one thing that is clear and say every year be a budget allocated to sports Black Stars alone FAB is 80%, especially year World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, Black Stars bebo a lot of matches no edu baby omi to me consume best 90% of the budget. So and the other disciplines have always complained say attention also munya any support also munya no omunsanka. In the last few days make I say no already Beninu Mensah was also making the same complaints. So as the Minister for Sports and Recreation when approved e kwambe no be faso amenya make sure say obi anka say e bi ade football benya athletics and boxing enya same, but at least fairly how can we distribute sikano in such a way say every single you be answer be kan so ne de kakra, because Kanu we other disciplines now we say we are overly focused on football. Even when it comes to football, it is always about the Black Stars.
Yeah.
So, in the other disciplines, no, oko boxing, oko athletics, at all times, issue, say, they lack funding.
Okay, that's one.
2, baby, the last time na me can who say me. I've always said, say, and for say sports ministry or one area, a who call one who assemble and all of that. But ni no Kanu, any sports minister biya wabenya problem ministry ho. Huge issues about the Black Stars. Now issues about the Black Stars no. The topmost sikasem. So the last time Nami Kase, 1, as the minister for sports and recreation, when it comes to the Black Stars, which takes chunk of the money I allocated to sports, no, bonuses any per diems, okay, amount to bang, specific amount to bang who believe you say, Ghana babi jinani ahu odini yesikasem, SS ye tia. The last time I checked, Nameka, some few days ago, AFCON, I am told, say bonuses no is now around 5,000.
Qualifies and our main tournament.
Qualifies.
Okay.
World Cup, no, I'm told, say, no, so is around 10,000. Qualifies, any
main tournament.
You know. Who say, Sisiano, almost see into bonuses beam, into qualification.
Any group stage.
Even during the qualifies.
Okay.
Kaboom, say 6 matches are. Previously, I need Tuano per game, no. This time, Kaboom. See about matches new year.
So that is to say, sir, and I know AFCON qualifiers here, boy, yeah, you to be unqualified, no. You to bonus one city.
Say if they are being honest with us, that's the practice.
Okay.
And I say, 6 matches now, bebo. Now, at the end of the day, you be no. Ebi what we need 4, but what qualifier? All the
6 games
will be calculated near Tia. That is the new practice in the last few years. No more into this. So you realize that a do baby argument no about how much players pay and how much I Tia. A do baby crana. There is that suspicion say amount I Tia my players no you back out you under declare. So the same government, the NDC government here was here. The last time they were in government, Kanu, the biggest issue that happened, a whole committee, any commission, the white paper by any idea. That was the Brazil 2014 World Cup. The biggest issue was about money, appearance fee. Players, they say, be free and any agree $100,000. Officials and so say you can see a bit to 75. Afi edu baby see 85. Afi edu baby cry they say vice president akoma assurance say o the 100 no more pa e bit to mo ena mu bedu ni etua ana mu ko training camper me do wide be so always about disagreements when it comes to Sika. And as the minister for sports and recreation, my question to him will be say how much and who believe say it was say ye tia as per diem and bonuses for the Black Stars. And as to say it was ye tia appearance fees krano, I would want to hear from him. Again, Sikasemi ya Kanu, and that will lead me to my third question. Yenya no take it or leave it. And now say we should negotiate with players. If you ask me, my view is that yena ye tia. Okay, we are rewarding players for service to the country by way of bonuses and all of that. So I believe, say, we should say, based on your wording, all right, this is how much we can pay. So those who are willing to sacrifice for the country, to die for the country, should just show up and play. That is my belief. Okay. Because Kanu utias is here, Otec FM forward Jumano. Me sure say, oh, they are now pay. But eventually, it is about what the business can pay. And if you agree, you come on board. If you don't, they will look elsewhere. So that is my belief. But over the years, I say, I issue FFO be out of the view, say, we need to negotiate with the players. These are adults and all of that. We need to have their input. Okay. So, as the minister, ni believe in say, take it, come and play for us or leave it. Yankope ubia obeba bebo to come and play. Okay. CCA, the current issue is that some few days ago, I think 2-3 days ago, Yakoye draw for 2025 AFCON. I be to Morocco December this year, later this year. Yakoye draw no. Yehu countries beat se Botswana munyina but Ghana ni edini ho because Yabo qualifies in a group with Niger, Angola, Sudan. Yabo games ni nyina and Kanu, we could not even win a single game into young qualify. In the face of Sadia Wino, the Football Association, led by its executive council and the FA president, decided to say the head coach of the Black Stars, should be maintained. And now, Omakope, technical advice, any new assistants, any idea no modiamano. When approved as the Minister for Sports and Recreation, and amobe no be to afa ho obe holdi the F4 no decide no ana obe tene ahwe numerous Ghanaians omu cross say coach we lose confidence in him ye nyini so obetimi de akọ the promised land. Even World Cup qualifiers in March ye sign atoaso no, even though you bought child money are there, but based on the SCCA in the AFCON qualifiers, Araya coach may not take us to the World Cup. Ewo Mexico, Canada, US. Enti yenyane kwai FCC Dabi. I've even read a statement from one of the executive council members, Nano Drew Safu. According to him, in this particular conversation on in some trophy or say nobody can put pressure on the GFA to sack Otoado. So, also be an obetimi at the pressure at to FA so amo masaki Otoado. But we know that Kanu, when it comes to the Black Stars and the national teams, the FA holding the interest of the people of Ghana. And in the area of sports, yenyina yentimi nkohonti Kanu. Ena omampanyini ayini se onko no nkoye ho ntotoye enti o believe said the F4 na ye na beboa obesom ene o mato aso saa ana se oni Ghana for dodo na eya adwin enti immediately yenyu oto adum free ho ne nkofo obi fu from ra say mama be 5 so
my Emma was last year.
Okay,
we are near Jimmy Ashimi, but United against Bucharest and Europa League anymore, and then some other interesting games about so any other stories abuano de ba Patrick Dogu is it yeah solve a left wing back problem no na say ya shas ya TS one no Dogu report ba no say or be Manchester crew ma be completing the move no
from Lecce na
more
left wing back problem
yeah
sir
yeah well left wing back so mo meet me abono mo prado do look sure ni Malasia ni nyina till you can rely because look sure Osei Akoto no travel from yes nra say we started training. What
they say Diego Leon. Any
Leon just 18 years as
17. Obeba in July.
Leon dey so obeba me na mama La Liga for no championship for na mana kwani
na baby amugina isa na muhia won beba base send wo masisi for the senior team.
Sure ntina Dogu ne ba no. Dogu ne ba for senior team. Ba Leon no also kusunya de kakra kan. Or a prospect for the future.
Na Dogu no ugini disa.
Memom pa de nyamyem no kura nie ne ball am ahwa ye meti se ye pen am ahwehwe highlights ni be on YouTube na me hwe ne match da se ma hwe lecture for ball kura na ma adwene nko no so da so what you say
let just say because
no so onyi din
yeah maybe say watching him
I think say level of United adru no players bi sane hia wo mu ye hia players a odidin ba what I say yeah omo di din ba no oba wo sign na be man iska bebre hon asem ne sha safe no ye hia players are £30,000 a week, £20,000, £40,000, £50,000, £60,000, £70,000 obe maw e modern boy ti se obi a or did £300,000 now be. Sa players ni here mo. And the Roberts in Liverpool case study ni be no. Unknown players from nowhere. Sa be ni here at United. We could na baraka be sign players on Maji Dini that day. Obenya Morino mo ne Van Gaal mo results na.
But not necessarily players or Maji Dini, but I would say players who you can have some kind of confidence in them. Say, Ushe Dogwa Kanu. I don't see any difference between him and Malaysia.
Oh really?
Yes. What the upper?
Anyway, manager also opening. The heard your dinner baby.
Okay.
All right, dear governor on him.
Entimi enkwe kama shanan so esam na Europa League no the woman esam na games Saudi opina and some kwaso kama ye wi a me the Saudi professional league no na chesa son the woman is sama chesa koso ene nyumere ne nyina eno so ebeba live na chesa bebi anso atimi akwe ne mama no onim sem na Europa no ya wi Champions League no se Europa no ne didi wo enti koba ne sana na chesa Europa League ne meri tuja esem ene nyumere ebo no atwe ade woman no ene sem na Roma bobo kono ebe uram na fe no mapo ade atia side ne tim ade entrance Frankfurt tama bebi anso no etimi akoso kama hyane so ese game ne etodwa Stadio Olimpico Roma Minfantu anymore, and some Roma Oranitin. Ede Rade Obranovic no ensum efri Slovenia kwakoye sankeme no ama bibian so atimi akoye so kama Ajax bobo kono tena fio Johan Cruyff Farina na fio mo game no amapo ede atia Galatasaray Sport Club chanen so esam na ye game no eye no watwe na chesa no sum na ba so kama mame mfantu dwa ese Jesus Gelmanzano anon sum efri Spain na chesa dwuma ne nyina kwakoye so ama bibian so atimi akoso ye kana na chesa Atalanta bobo kono some anasa side and it did andalet rada one some andalet bobo kono some bono wachinina and some amani of film timono and a chesanina to jaw loto pa kama bibiansono timia koso kama mamin confirm as a latte beba some body at your side natim at Victoria Pills and Gimeno I know wachinina same uramo our son mame barrier and a san Gimeno and some abaso ye cannot dynamo kiavansono a Germana sonofe ama body at your club natim at the RFS ama bibiansono timi akwe kama ye kano let chesabedi to just said the woman some jalan to bobo kono and some fana bachi timono at the bashim kama magimeno son Etimi abaso wabra ye kana lecture the tennis MSC anasem ochekia lectures MCH arena eho ana game no etoja ama chesene nyina nso etimi abaso ye tene nyina no enso etimi ya toja owrani tin ade Luis aye Godinho ono aye referee mebacho of report Ghana san game no ono nso kwa jinama ye kana FC 20 ebo ade etia be shikta sebobo kono game no eno nso aye no watwe na chesene nyina nso no etimi abaso kama and man of Feno, men fun to Mr. Satan at the FCSB and some Abedinamo, Lafe, Amani Manchester United game a Basson or Che Ama Biansono, to me up quick, come on, game, I may come one summoner, and Chibia Abeto Janti, Cabana Sana, Mingramana Feno, men fall line up a me patro Manchester Bobo Kono, and some Abayus and Ama Biansono, at Timmy Acoso, come on, check here, Mebacho goalkeeper anything. Ate aye binte ono abedem na de ama United o run it ade Nuzema Srai ebegyina mo Sansono and Alessandro Martinez and o run it Matthias select no and Chesana o chekia me ba cho papa ni tim ade de tenesa aye Amowi and some bonnet Chesa Robin Amowi ne back train no aye Alessandro Martinez aye Matthias select Nuzema Srai and Chesomo some no no me pacho de no and it's a win backs and o use no aye Tyrell Malasia ana fe Diogo Dalo ana fe owrani tim ade aye Toby Collier bo Kobe main on some ejinamo ana fe de tiene san midfielders mienua omo attacking midfielders no Bob Bruno Fernandes no fe ade Christian Eriksen so no e de account come na fe boya le tim ade Rasmus Højlund so no e gina ne mo de ama United bobo kono entim owura no formation na nyimre up no e 3-4-2-1 formation and owura ne ten ade Ruben Amorim enso e gina mo e de ama United bobo kono yam kwen mo na fe other games and some kana me fantaja as for virus bobo kono e ade atia AZ Akama ama chese game no atodwa na watwe de wam no and some uram ewo Groupama Stadium le chese Leon bobo kono and some ball ade atia no side le tim ade Lotto Grass Raj Katama game no and so watimi abaso ye kana o chesene se bobo kono and Porto Glimt ade Trim Sansono and Maccabi Tel Aviv and some and Porto bobo kono game no and some todwa Olympiacos sono and Karabakh FK game no and some abaso ye kana Rangers team no bo ade tia side na tin ni ade Union Singular ama bibian som atimi akoso Real Sociedad de bobo kono amonson bo ade tia club let ade Polk FC ama bibian so no etimi akoso kuma channel so SC Braga and some any Lazio bobo kono game ni nyina eba so kuma ye kano let Slavia Prague so no and Mambo FF and Chesari nyina and some eba so tono mospe and Augsburg so no ade hwim ntiwino aye de tennis some Europa League matches me ba cho ena nyimre medini nyina and some tibri atoja ama Chesa bibian some atimi akoso ntesari ama kano the woman some join Facebook na Otec 102.9Fm Otec 102.9Fm o ba like page no o like page na no wa share live video and some Royal Sports Kanu no ababu pa ama Chesa na nyimre ya bomodeni ya kwe mo ama Chesa bibian some atimi akoso enti o messages awudo ni nyina no o de ba ni aye ne kama so ma na Chesa ni ama ni nyina etimi akoye kama Saudi professionally kano onum se amonso onum no na Chesa be to dwasa anyumre ya me no kase no ma Chesa wudo ni be koso na mom ya no hye no so esa rush energy drink no wa adwama so be ba cho obenum be de tie no ene se rush ne de onunum a ebeboa pa ama energy level no asan gyina na so ni nyina ene se demo ni nyina no wakwa akoye adwuma ama ebrana pa ekoba ne sana rush energy drink no no ana kyesa mede to no sam nso baba maten na fe no watimi abobo bi kama ne nyina ene se Russia ne de onuma me ba cho loss energy no ebesan de ama na fe no adwuma ne nyina wonsom agina wona so ama kyesa ne nyina nsom atimi akoso entisha ne so ese Petroleum Industrial Company Limited omo ankasam ere vena mineral water ana fe big cold drinks buy no omo a ene de Russia no area ba entiba maten na fe no onsom agibe ne bobo ama bibia nso no entimi enkoso kama ba bia tonton so ne drinks bia de woman no ene sem na ya Russia no on sabe kabi na fe wato no wanonom amane mane nyina atimi akoso kama ya no wahya ne nso esa enimere ya me no kasa ne ensentro adwuma no emu ayede me nua kapo de supremo be mama menchia na me kanche o se me tenfa kakra no eya no wo mamate o ne sports god mo sensan no eya de ya kakra ba ho enti kapo san mama chesane ma ne nyina atimi akoso no wani je ho ese ensentro adwuma no obeye le chese watimi aye ne ya Otec School of Journalism and Communication Studies na nyimere me di tudwa esam nso pana fe ne ya de wa fantetie mo ama bibia nso watimi akoso ne nyina ene sam ensentro adwuma no pesa wo ye ne ya enya bosome miensa enya bosome nsia me ba cho tie ne ye say unya mre ne e kire wo ne ma ne pi Otec FM de no ye Otec School of Journalism and Communication Studies no awo for so many years ye di ne da ho enti bra ne mfamfon tetiem wa bra wo sika no enkohye e ka mafie wei uwia Ghana ban etua wo ka fimu a national service na America no uye bi ama Ghana ban ama uska ade ato enti Otec School of Journalism and Communication Studies no ena na nyimere mede tudwa esam nso bana chesane ma ne nyina no etimi akoso kama ba bia wo pia no me ba chofa ka na bra be si krom ode udru krom a bo sam na ya ka bia esa wo koma nhawra na about no so ode wo be pa udru won ma busa esam ope Otec FM ya be chewo na fe no owra gate no na won sabon kom so glass nko adan no eno ana ye school no me ba cho numbers no aye 0547 823 005 0547 823 005 and also 0243 842 007 0243 842 007 and no Otec School of Journalism and Communication Studies no and abedi to ya na mame ngura mana femi mfon tija esa Saudi professionally kano lectures na nyimre ya me no kasa games ne be enso akoso na de woman some Manchester abaso no o check ya side na tin na de Europa and then no amutefe ama agle bobo kono apomo ekamye no me ba cho omantimi antebe ama Manchester ni nyina akwakoda tin mame mfon tija esem wuro ne tin ade Johani ono enya ko ni Paco and a fe a brante ni ding Ere Ivan Tony and some pop penalty share Edma Angli Bobo Cono ama Chesaning and some cost come a year cano Aria Timino and some antifie eche a weta upon a Paco among some antimiante a uncle and a Chesabai Edma Ria Timino ama Bibian some cost a year cano the tennis Aura yet and sono and some pomotin tenefie ama Al-Nassar Cristiano Ronaldo and a chama nya godi Paco ama chesa juma ni nyina no eno som akoso ma na Sara me ba to 2 goals ni nyina no eno som apane ma no Ronaldo nya godi Paco no let chesa owro ni tin ade abushai ono som nya godi Paco ade ma na Sara ye tin nyina eno som tibiri atodwa enti wei aye Saudi professionally kano ana me de won sam ni nyina airpane ya na nam microphone cross no aye you German travel and consult ana dia nam be ba cho wo de no sa opesa wo ye birth set Ombeya ne quick the amount of no ya jina so area passport the amount come sanso no and I would when your passport no open visa area remo our United States of America we no ya multiple entry our bra obianso no and konko how 5 years ya jedi amount come sanso no and I channel some I say amount work permit visa am out the PM our Poland sanso no and Hungary Romania Bulgaria and Croatia nina eh you jimate ne chesana nyumere no amon some will come am in front to ja said the woman is Saudi and Ankasano when your visa and answer apply open documents and somebody are supporting one casa let Chesanima would equana you jimatana born of any money and some Patimia and to be beer about contour you jimat and an anime. Amadi atu amakoma so ese amo bwana fe watimia to kwan entition so ese asoye ne mienu e wode yete ne se asantementam mu a on se uremo awo Kumasi North Central bebacho Bukis building a ufi North Central eba so full interchange na utra de etiano sa wontra dan bia no sa Bukis building no no eno na Ujima to wo urem awo Boase a Yak Towers ene enkane GM Bank no ene tinhwe mo numbers no fatna fe frem panin for 0553 944 608 0553 944 608 and that's 0547 740 774 0547 740 774 and no Ujima taso ana chasana nyimre mede tudwa esam obekono fe akwanto wunsam nyina wetimi akode kama mepono fe no mede akofa catering service de apa na fe aduane pane nyina wakwa akwache ensom wo maso ye nyina ene se wuram awo adwena se a mepacho kwara so municipal assembly no omo na dintwe mo de ate no ene se continental dishes awodo ombenya be local dishes na ebi wo ho de ate se pastries awodo anuane na ye totototo echecheche no ombenya become adi amount sanso no ana me pacho wo ye de ate se wedding be event bi na ba ana chese ni padom ba behia mo pe aduane de asabia eno aye akofa catering service ana na nwumre me de tudwa esa mo no mo nso no etimi adi kasobom na chese bibia nso no etimi ankoso kama emfa ni padodo a eba no de ate se akofa ebe serve omo ama obi ani age enti se de amaka no edwuna se kwada so municipal assembly no omone na di nhwani mu number ni ye 0245 056 378 0245 056 378 eno de ete no nemom ya ne stories awuto no nyina pa no tonne keba mesha ana eso yasene me ba chome pa no femede mo de fi tonne keba mesha no mo de aba ne nyina ana se omo na eboa ma stories awuto no nyina eno nso atimi aba ama bibia nso atimi nkoso menkom no na fe no memfanto no se on se player bako awo United and team no ane Alejandro Garnacho Eugene Yamatom nema me ade chene sam aya Garnacho picture na yene nkomo na boy na de men se kana na nwumere no ene say United say player we on ama say enkwan aba no ho eja wa no ho enti omoton na beboa club no ama ne ama ne nyina kwaso ne nyina ene say Manchester bobo ko no de ate ne sam owura ne tede Garnacho enko no omo nsom awe no sa obetimi augment squad no ama bebia nso atimi akoye kama ewom say no omo ntimi fine agreement ma boya le tim ade Alejandro Garnacho ensom ehun se club A na club B ana cheso ko nemom no United for yeso mo book so mo no omo yo ma twene ne nyina ene say aye Garnacho ne de Kiane kin ombehu na di na fe omo de sika ne be akwa player ne din ade matai star ansana aye transfer deadline no eno som akolosi entiri ewom no eno sem aye United bobo kono omo de omo hwa no sem aye owura ne din ade Alejandro Garnacho omo be chana na fe boy na ko lecture matai star so no etimi abakama ye te sansam ne nyina eno som etibiri atodwa na eno ne yese owura ne din Alejandro Garnacho amekana sem no yese enkrofo mo ye close to him no boy na kan kire omo say by the close of this weekend eso no o ne dache na ne dache ne nyina ane se we decide say na Manchester bobo kono anu nso be free makọ enti boy no de men say kan say amamo boy no o say by the close of this weekend no some anu nso etiminya club o kwakọ no fe ono Alejandro Garnacho enso ewura na chesa be bia nso no anu nso timi koye kama reports na nyebere men say ka ade fi Galatasaray Sport Colombo amaso ye no ane say Marcus Rashford aye player obo Adema United bobo kono yesi Gala bobo kono ese omo de omo kan kire Manchester for ese Rashford no omo sakana enye se bi atua sempo na afemi ntua ka prebia nsoso omo se omo nkasa omo sika se eba boy ne wages ne dia omo Gala bobo kono betimi akova entim aya Galatasaray bobo kono ensom na dia to Manchester bobo kono ne mo ese Marcus Rashford a player be ma cho omo peno na adiatie no and say United and so no ade ne mo amo de ate ne sem 6 months loan na boy ne wages ni nyina amba cover am ya say Manchester for ne say mo na mo nkomo de mo de master mo ba na chesa mo kan sama ma na to yakoma so enye bi mo na mo ye nim de omo ye eso mo krampo no omo ba na omo nko omo ne nam boy ne ho saa enema ya basa enti galababo kono enso go ne United team no tin come from Marcus Rashford ya de sansam ne nyina enso team de atodwa na me pacho already didn't win Macrooney ana na nyimre ode atodwa osewia yenkan no obia so ntimente asa Marcus Rashford ameye ne story no oso one boy na kasa na one boy ne kasa ye no na kura ne say enye baako na enye mienu ama kasa kakra na ono waka ne nsama kire no waka ne thoughts and ne feelings ade akire owura ne tin ade Marcus Rashford ese baby aba bedru no so free football club ba na edi Manchester no kwakwato aso ewo baby foforo ni nyina ane se na nkasa na enema nkoye mfama na sanso no ana oni coach ni relationship ni nyina I break it down into no waka chem na owura ne tiri Rashford no ese eboya anonsom animanimu ya no on fine club na chesa on koma bebi anso no enonsom nkoye kama ya de sansam ni nyina enonso tibiri atodwa na me pacho story ya the boss player wanko kano ati hu kakra bi de ma no mami mie chance no som fama ni nyina ane some boy ya ne tin ade Patrick Dogu me baba ye shase wa ha me bodin no enkrofo bi kan ana akwada be nie ana wala se no anye pia no kwa koto bi dia man lecture se bia timi akoye masamanto amamo de atene se United mpanifo no anwade bi wa brantia ne din ade Patrick Dogu mo na boy no on say agreement de Manchester and lecture bobo kono arichi ama chesa de ya twen no and some ade ni nyina betimi akoso ama bibia nso timi akoye kama dia men say kana na nyumre no and say we no bibia aye schedule Daniel Nkopon bo Saturday boy and it and Patrick Dogu ebewremo e wo Manchester krom wana fe boy no ye kan ni medicals ni nyina ono so aba ye ade ma United bobo kono eno ane kakra na day empire tin sam ni nyina no eno so tibiri atodwa hye no so ese agreement ni nyina no lecture bobo kono je 30 million euros na fe enwu no akwa 5 and by the close of this weekend no lecture say deal ni nyina no a seal sign done and dusted na fe owura tin ade Patrick Dogu and some aba ye adwuma ade ma United team no ama bibia some timi akoya ye dere nyina eno som tibiri atodwa lecture still donne kada wonuma mame ngura na fe men konkonwura mo awo side ne din ade Gotsepe santa team we no awo take krom ho omo baba ji abrante ne din ade David Datro Fofana ade fi Chelsea ho ese omo pe no na boy ne koye ne de awurade nyame se enkofo no omo tena ho krampa nkeye omo se hey ye wa fi ba ko pe obema we de ye ntwen ma bro nyama ansa ne yakwakoto akokwaku no anye bia ofadampam ho entimi pacho saida let him ade Gotsepe ensom terminate player let him ade David Datro Fofana na chesa ne loan deal no omo se bema Sankambele Chelsea team no okwa anye bia mbewu kwan omodo be fa so aha dia won sene ha enti de yetene se David Datro Fofana mame mfonto ya sabai no retani aba be piem awo Chelsea bobo kono mo ama bibia nsom atimi akoso anasar bobo kono ana dia menseka and say the 90 million pounds offer at the bread cider let it at the Brighton and Hove Albion and I'm say why we the Brighton there send commodity you maybe I told the Ampano and say already day at the Kauru Mitoma the menseka and it's a Nasarabo Kono at the 90 million pounds at the Abeshi was say Bem. I'm a 27-year-old, no. Now the Ebony say Brighton for no more years can say, I must say, Skyway, the one corner power and Kenya Yankee, Bejinemo, no. Boy, Nidia, ya, Adjunis, CA, Essa, Yanso, ya Persia fan, and Asa, ya tono, and then my club beer into the Epano, and then some site and into the Brighton, or almost 19 up Panama, no, Bebacha, Amonio Madre, and some run into the Kauro Metoma, almost some Abatona, my point on sono, at Timioka Koroma, ya this son summoning now, and on some Timia Tuja, Lame Pacho, sounded professionally, you know, eh, almost 2 years, Rema di Bobo Kono, now the Emperor Nanu, and I said, oh, sir, Vinicius Junior, dear. I bet to just ugly Bobo Kono. After sending my coin, almost another Brazilian and an upper. Now for a baby place, no. And no, Anna, I'm dear, as a Vinicius Junior. Omunya Vinicius, sir. I've been now, I'm a teen to a more funnel. Now be at me, so. And I'm says, okay, sir, women a car, sir, 1 billion, no money, Bebano, and almost saying, ana me say aha na efoforo baby no say hwe wala omo nuanum hilafo e di akire o omo say ugly kwa pe Brazil ni di na ba omo nso no aye hilafo no pe Brazilian wo Madrid nam say Brazil ne de say wo kan say dia ene Hendrick mo no say hwan Hendrick de omo de ye dey masa ka player papa nam say na Brazilian bay ene say Militao no am say Milehwan o masa kan ye me say hila bobo kono ase omo pe Rodrigo Goyes na boy na ba na chese wa ba be boy adwuma ade ama club ba ne de hila ama bibia nso no eno nso atimi akoso enti hila bobo kono epe Rodrigo no le chese ugly enso pe Vini Junior ama ne nyina nso atimi akoya ye de nyina no eno nso atimi de atodwa na me pacho Galatasaray bobo kono ade bo ba ko ekunu ma mienu ewo AC Milan aseye de wo mu nie Alvaro Morata aye player ade ma Milan bobo kono me ba cho de me nsenka ane se ensenkan na koso ama akaka kriya bi kuma bi na fe owra ne tiri Alvaro Morata nso no ewram awa Turkish professional league no lectures anonsom akwa koramo akwa bo ade ama galabo bobo kono na de tosom aye owra ne tin ade Pavlovic me patro sa player no de me nsenka on se obo ade ma Milan de me nsenka ane se galabo bobo kono amo se Alvaro Morata ba esem amade sa boy na ne tin ade Pavlovic no enso aka won te players mienu na Galabo kono me ba cho at a time amonsom person mo fa ade free side anything ade AC Milan ya te sansam ni nyina eno nso bra we na anyimre wo so no so na doneka ba me cha dama sade edro ne boy dwuma na sanso no ana enkrofon kroso nsam ni nyina no eno nso atwa gomi wuramu Besiktas Bobo kono mo na me de atodwa sa boy ane te ade Ansomani 40 aye player de ma bounce abobo kono de men say kan na nyimre no and some aye Besiktas team no a contact ni agent na team ari ho mente some amone papa ne tin komo le nya ne some boy no baby anyo baby bejewo se La Liga ne na nyina oba de tene some aye Turkish Super League no mo a ene man some betimi akoso le chasa baby anso atimi akoye ente Besiktas nso no ewram for boya le team ari ho mente say de sansam no and some atimi de atodwa onim say boya ne tiri matai style no me confirm say club sa wodo pe ana ba beto ya sam amonso pane ne nyina no and some boy ne me beto wani mu ha ya esem aye player na nkasa and some ahwe ne mo say anya piano baya no okọ hono no baya mbobo kono enso dada na aka kire no ese bema babraha o ba ye yankasa no ye ba mu akwanya amwo bo games awodo na ye se matai style akotena se no wonua tena wa owo eye bode na enti de pe na anwumre no ane some boy ne ka say ono nso peso free baya no crabs awodo e baya no de men se ken na anwumre no ane satono mospe and early di race no esem amonso ebe for player le dey ade matai style ne nyina no some point no osim to free buy no aye playing time and akwakope na akwakope playing time enye ba bia akwa and akwa ne namo se okotima okwa ye be man assurance ne sem obenya bia bo hye nso ese United bobo kono Makacha was a player. Let the Alianto Ganacho qua. Let Chesamatai sell no. And United and some person with an empa. Eba baby place in the name of no. We are just possible kono. I'm up by no assurance some ba. Let Chesa a playing time on idea. Then sunning in a some about to me aka. Amadiaman second Saturn I ready. As a €60 Ama de bema buy na fe buy no and some about boy juma ma bibia so no etimi ankoso kama ye de sansam ni nyina and some etimi ya todwa let me patcho man kwa Asensio aya boy ya bo ade ma Paris Saint-Germain bobo kono akwada we si so o madwede no na obi anim se master say like now Messi ba be ko na ye ka omo a omu kutabon no omu benkma no edenchi ball kele na ba masa hu pa no me ba cho owura ne dire ma kwa Asensio and some one of the players anya piano or prospect no asem obaya adwuma onua ne namu a dia men seka and say PSG aso mbehu boy na di ama Aston Villa aba ne mu se samuton na ye pe no esan se Unai Emery ɛyɛ ready ɛso ɔno nso no ɛbɛtumi transform player na ɛtim ɛde ma kɔ asɛnsu ama biribi nso no ɛtumi akɔ so yɛsɛ boy no ɛbɛyɛ king ɛsɛ ɔno nso no ɛbɛtumi move to ayɛ side na ɛtim ɛde villa ne nyina no ɛne sɛ owura ne tiri unan ɛmere no ahyɛ da frɛ boy na ka kyerɛ no sɛ ɔba masa bɔ no wobɛnya bia bɔ na wowo deɛ sɛ mmerɛ na adane o ɛna biribi nso ɛna ayɛ biribi na nka wo asɛnsuo deɛ anyɛ bia phd ɛnka kɔtena bench ntim ɛyɛ asɛm fola nso no ɛma boy no assurance ɔba biribi nso ɛbɛtumi akɔyɛ ama nneɛma no nyina no ɛtumi akɔ so kama yɛde ne nyina ɛno nso ɛtumi de ato deɛ yɛnkuɛ no mu no afei no yɛnya no afei yɛntrɔ kɛten ne down deɛ wɔ mu no ɛne sɛ mo no nkɔtim no ɛpɛ Jordan Henderson ama no ba ama deɛ me nsa ka ne sɛ nsɛnkan no kora no akɔ so a ama kyɛ sɛ deɛ me nsa ka ne sɛ ɛyɛ hento ɛnso ba ne kyɛ sɛ 1.5 season ɔba bɛsan ne ɛdeɛ ma Monaco bɔbɔko no enti ne deal ne nyina no ɛyɛ until June 2026 ɛna player no ɛnneɛma no nyina ɛbɛtumi akɔ so enti ɛnkyɛ biaa. Here we go, bell no, kwenkran ɛbɛwo so, ɛde agu hento so, ama ne nyina nso no, ɛtumi akɔ so kama bɔ so, deɛ ɛba ne sɛ yɛsɛ Kevin Danso, a wɔbɔ ɔde ma Alonso bɔbɔko no Juve, ɛlidi race no, na sɛ ɔmo bɛfa no, sanso na agli bɔbɔko no, ɛnso ɛne kyɛ sɛ, Biaria ɛdi nkɔmɔ for Alex Baina, ama deɛ me nsa ka no, ɛsɛ ɛnkyɛ ne nyina nso no, ɛbɛtumi akɔye kama na Prince Abdulaziz, ɛwɔ deɛ tiɛ ne sɛ Saudi Arabia kurom hɔ, ɛna papa na kasa na ɔka ho asɛm sɛ Mo Salah no adeɛ baako a ɔmbɛka ɛne sɛ ɛbɛyɛ privilege ɛde ama ɔmo Saudi Arabia fo no ɛsɛ Mo Salah ɛbɛba na waba bɛyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ Saudi Arabia kurom wɔ ne nyinaa ɛne sɛ ɔyɛ Muslim ɛna woyi ewiase players mako mmiɛnsa ɔmo ne mbɔ a ɔsɛ Mo Salah ka wɔn nti saa player wei no wonya na akyire din bibia no ɛno nso na yɛ kama yɛde ne nyinaa ɛnso tumi de ato gya Done Keba Mesha efi Diamond Scientific Keba and Research Clinic kasoɛ ɛna anwumere sa wotumi nka na woyɛ ɔbaa wobu nsa ɛmogya ne maye ɛnneɛma nkɔyɛ mfa ma me patro menstrual cramps no wotumi enya binafe blood no ɛba ɛyi clot a ɛno na yɛ Done Keba Mesha ɛna wononom wɔ hɔ ɔnan no nsa ɛtaeɛ titiriti ababaawa wasi so no wonyine no baabi a da bia no obi pini wɔ soro ɛyɛ Done Keba Mesha ɛna ɛsɛ wo no me patro ɛbaeɛ no ɛmɛma no na try ne ntɛm ɛno ɛne yɛde dɛnkyi mmaa no pɔkyiri kra ɛma biribia tumi kɔ so no ɛnɛ ne deɛ seesei ɛmaa no monya bi na mo nonom ɛbɛma tenka no ba na kyɛ sɛ moyɛ adwuma ɛmɛma no deɛ ɛyɛ yɛduro dada enti wei no yɛagye atom ɛma obia naadaw ɛnka sɛ aduro bi mesi Done Keba Mesha ɛno ɛne Mesha of the moment a wonum bia bɛboa ɛsiesie nipadua no o prostate no ɛbɛsiesie no sanso no ana deɛ tie ne sɛm ɛbɛboa ma dwonso ntɛntɛm no ɛbɛkɔ sanso no ana wonam sɛ ɛpɛyɛpɛya ne nyina no ɛyɛ Done Keba Mesha ɛfi Diamond Scientific Keba and Research Clinic adaroma no ɔmo ɛna kyɛ sɛ na anwumere no mekamfo ɛnneɛma Done no ɛnyɛ duro a ɛno no ɛyɛ akekaduro akɔmawerɛ krama akɔte ɛna afei nso no deɛ tie ne sɛ 20 ne ɛne nneɛma akeka no ɛne yɛde aka ho ayɛ enti wei ɔbɛ nkyiri bɛɛma nkyiri nom bi na mmoa ɛma bibia nso no enti nkɔyi baabi ɛtontɔn nuro biaa hwɛ ɔde ɔyɛ bɛɛma no wayɛ mmerɛ ɛsɛ tim bi a menim a nom Done kene bi first day a ɔbɛnom bi no ɔnom a tie numbers no a mebɛbobɔ no anaasɛ wotɔ aduro no a tie numbers no na frɛ doctors no ɔmbɛkyerɛ wo formula ɛyɛ 20 minutes wei no ɛyɛ pɔkyiri kra 20 minutes ɛkyerɛ din no wawie enti Otec FM ha ɛfiri kyina ɛkɔ anwumere kora woba until sɛ yɛbɛpɔn sports no wobɛnya bi atɔ anaasɛ wuram baabi ɛtontɔn noro biaa wosɛ wopɛ Done katɔ bɛma ɔmɛma sɛm no ayɛ mmerɛ no ma ɔbaa mu ɛyɛ 0246 727 677 0246 727 677 anaasɛ 0249 208 252 0249 208 252 ɛno ɛyɛ Diamond Scientific Keba and Research Clinic adalma ɔmo ɛna di Done Keba Mesha no ɛtumi de aba tobi no 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 afei no ɛnneɛma no nyina ɛno nso ntumi nkɔ so no kyɛ sɛ biribi nso no ntumi nkɔe ɔmo na ɛboa yɛn ɛma yɛkɔ amonane ɛkɔfa ne nyina ba yɛ bɔɔso deɛ ɛteɛ no sɛ yɛsɛ Ramos sign ne the Mexican club bia enche bia no ono so ebeba so na afe no announcement na ba yeso okoya oso page number 93 enti openinu Ramos ewuram ɛwɔ Mexico na afei wakɔ akɔbɔ Mexican League ne bi ɛno nso ne yɛgyina no afei yɛde ama na ne nsɛm no nyina no ɛtumi de yɛsi ɛna anwummere.
Right, 2 more minutes to 8. Otec 102.9. Better last year say, yeah, to our Jumadi no so as they more dang and come Dr. Eben. Our no Ebenet production and normal the HEPA Plus, Pavi, and a plasmos heba mixture naba. For general well-being in today, Biana become for my say, Obenum Sanu pay, na kuta umu, ayire umu, amawa hodin from Conway to me aquaba. Ye didi a wadibi, ye no more one numbi, ye nanti a 190 be tumrika what tumrika be, ye from power frubi. A drew in a botai in no. Sir, a dear beer was a wee piano, else unya wadian de bay. Unya wadian. What it means, and say, with general well being, no, ever form, and I'm a quama area who do it me attack you. Timmy Rope Hepa Plus Bacon, say you anatopae. Pavi. Sarah pepe and a plasmos and also sa news you an to pie. Then num the piano numbi, numbi. Born who buying free area when tell my arena ma so Yarea so bar with me back at a time a be and was why shipa who's cow on mau. Dear Yamoy in who buying Hepa plus barcon, Pavi barcon, plasmos barcon, but chana what you know. The beer now who den. Sa investment idea. A yema obi bia because sika no the berry nam o the berry shawa mani ade yare ba wa so be hye baka fa 12 dronum won aha fa 12 dronum ne fa bon ho ban free yare ho malaria say oye den ontumi typhoid hunam ya wa hunam akono na atia kono well being na nyani ntia well being ya watenka wo soro we bo adwuma pa sexual weakness nyina say well being nyane ma sexual weakness ni banu bema bia ne hunsuo gina no ho so a oso e bema a edieni o ne mema sem bia e kama no ono no onyama acha oboni yie ohia aphrodisiac ohia twichichire ohia hwe ohia so beta free bia no banum bibi obehia bibi obehye bibi na bi well being ye naturally obebo adwuma Timisro Heba Shop de Pharmacy bia mo bi wo ho and now the offer Dr. Ben 0542 778 572 0542 778 572 and a 0542 807 907 and you mean as they more den ba koso kwama miami nua edi udu aswanse sea liar Jehovah Witness for sorry dan ho wo kasi edi obi anim na aka uluman ana olu obi anim no on a penina or da Olu's kitchen ano or no any Iron Man or no any Iron Man. Yes, Fifi the Iron Man or boy Juma Bruta. Abusan for Mesu Pebe Didia Olu's kitchen. As one says the sorry dino. Enchenwa almost am ben Jehovah with Jehovah Witness ni Olu's kitchen ye na SD ni nti omo share nsan sorry mienu ntem no almost 7 nuane low key de ni ho low key manfo di dipeche bankuni tilapia di ni peche so ati ase o pe plain rice at too far or jollof rice too far ho is it catfish omo to catfish. And a catfish, no scan the size catfish, no. Almost how to tilapia on. And yet, bankuni tilapia for an inchen catfish for not to tilapia. Almost to tilapia. And I don't mean say, I want to twa. Sa, you know, BBBs are silver foil, you know.
Aluminium foil.
Aluminium foil.
Aha.
Omode nafi, omode bayiden kitten bini neman kitten be a shame.
Okay.
And who be tilapia and museum say full package. A koye bruta.
This week, and Thursday. This week, my call twice. Medical call Olu's kitchen. Me call back, me kofa bankune tilapia. And the other one so me kofa fried rice. And a correct papa. Me drew na kai bisi wa. And yet the worker young community says, I'm for aluminium foil na no packaging no say na be tilapia ni bia
okay
me do na pick up this you are omoje sa orders na dey room e me ni olu na nkasa kasa
okay
and na me call tilapia no so baby abanku no
Iron Man office
Iron Man kasa na
office
lady no no boni din kire me
okay
me refini din okasa ya menchia no kura to dem menchia omunyina
ya do mo sipa
so ya baby omo cha ndie
oh fantastic
neat
pa
ura ho na nso omo de astro ayi ni bi
asefo kama
and omo ladies no themselves so monim tepa
enti amanfo nkodi ho na afi so obi a oye program bia obe 7 nuane wa ase no they say you know wo betumi outsource the ama Olu's kitchen and obi a say per jollof rice 100 plates 200 plates 300 plates. Yepe bankuni tilapia say, yepe jollof say, yepe mu say, yepe we say. O men kama. And be making sure so say time I wash no sa pepe and the bema. Olu's kitchen no boy juma pa. Tea parties outdoor wow wedding engagement birthday party outdoor ni say conferences more retreats near the no metumi a consult mo. A year for no mumfamra. Na ye momo year so jollof correct one pa. It is anete na ebia o show office go ebia o per lunch bi ni ade abetumi contact o mo delivery am CCA ti Mr. Olu's kitchen o number ni 0244 701 675 0244 701 675 and 0595 999 227 tini 0595 999 227 na woni wo mo entry telephone so nkomo na bibia enye kama ma remfise sister spices no eno na ze obi ade aduane a ma aduane na nsuo no ekoyi pa girls na moduane amanfo atima bold aka kire mo se moduane nya de no enye moa mesre mo nsa ase nyusu sister spices memo aduane na de yi pa spices a ye de natural ya na ye so natural ya anopana captain chrim say natural one your friend spices they are packaging a year in any seasoning and think we using keza seasoning ya de but no credit say when you natural one and you twi and your package till your friend natural spices and sister spices no a natural 100% natural and to the aduane na we do we are oda and wada so one day the kan na to spices don't want be a nam town wa wo kidney betenenka wo liver betenenka na akofa o how abeto abusuan so kodan na adwendwene na afi bosia bone ade e de no hagim didiye na bibia anye fine sister spices no you only goat flavor, fish flavor, chicken flavor, stew flavor, beef flavor depending on the aduane a wo ye no no waje the right one e de agum eno an no e be de pa mo amopedo do atuo adum pampa so PZ Roman Hill Swami Dum any Bantima Dum do be a pibia binya mo am crying and an important more car swa mo am war in fact Greater Accra for no call Accra CNB and afi okaishi mo kwa do be a any articulator track ma and apekra ubenya bi elho ubetumi so afre producers yi one of this system mackerel ebaye our telephone number is so 0243 535025 0243 535025 and 0279 140 940 0279 140 940. All right. Now chaba pounds manson Scandi
Kanu
afedi akwaba
meje also
mo
pacho na ho ye
na me adaroma Kofidi medical na bon komo bebre nti
nso obeto see mu
Kofidi say
me ta wan kona na me monitor
unya pa unya
vetting semi
eno ye ayide no honorable Kofi Adams dey no
but from the look of things I really must you
dey come other so the all
because omunya nwie honorable Sam George dey no cry na ye gbe
omo ye dey
unim say me monitor proceedings na no makai says Candy enkomo bi ya no ne ye di wa high, especially the last time no talk about the player say ade bi a obetro social media, you have to be mindful of whatever you write on social media
because the internet never forgets.
Yes. And one day ye betimi akopuli di aba eti se wo tro bibia e wo say ye ade a at all times ye ko ton safro ni ye koyi betu animu a wo betimi aye den e defend and na wetimi akamu asem ye and the exercise that is ongoing, you know. In fact, when your time wo dey ya monitor tie bi hwe bi adesua bebrebe wom because ensema obi atro ne be 2 years ago kura yetimi kwotweba ni ebise omu nsem
and see so no fishing for some of this information is now cheaper by the presence of AI. AI tools na man for you so the yen pa
sure
eje izo senior Charlie mama yen penim die ni din kan mama yen penim die ni din kan na ye wi asene ka kono de senior hadwen abrofo no was ye stop you no mu giants em no because they be omo wi asene kono too much too much senior too much
bibia no revolution bia na ba I want a process.
No, say
and casualties.
Yes, can't I understand? Meaning, but no can say the level of casualties are AI deba. Any idea AI bit me a ya a bit me or how a mania kodana name be ukrumano unique a pano. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So ya ma brofuno say panel say pomacho no mu tesani manuswa. Because the tech industry ni mo more yes America for the na China for the no more than nam ha
Charlie the man you who say this world we live in today can say education ya more na nipa ya more technological your sectors ni be begu because with AI no can you be baby among for so go hospital on kwaji ayare hwe
oh
na type of condition na no eno abi prescription the okwa na doctors no kura no we dey mo fa ncheme the doctors is say some wo apa okwa or diagnose wa no type shema no wa hwe dro no atro now the e wo ma lap
yes senior me say
laptop so mo
na say aptin they say AI me call me for instance ChatGPT me call so say me boss say conditions you am go no say ni obetcham de mi nyina
e be prescribe aduro ene how abenom ni nyina
yes
na no krampo de when you see AI kra normal
Google kra no betumi ayi but say AI no AI de ni
advance
and I know na me experience some slide back pain bi wa ha me enter mu a opani na chire mi no ma bi ni ade so just say me share so clearly you can see say ade na dem and a more prescription who follow you are good to go.
And so and the question bia examination question bia be ba che bia na ho answers be ba enti no e be do baby no even going to sit in the classroom
yeah
obi be hu ne say na What's your online certification?
One of the professions are
at risk.
Na but you still patronize them. Software engineers. He say AI R&D jobless. Yes, obi a software engineer no. So mo your website or mo AI you mu nyina afiri ho. You mu nyina afiri system ni mu. Wo ko school university ekoye programming mo anwan a say e be useless. This e bia no wo hye dem na wo ye wade. Because obi here website bia no obi tuma use AI e dia create website. Obi tuma use AI. Just say coding ni decoding ni hwan nyina. Sinia mummy ahwe de ma yi o na bia ewi ase ne nka ko no wonim say Zuckerberg e de yi bi ba ya say wristband bi mate so to na wo bo a
mate wasem
AI dem o yare kra ayi na
besa be detect ama and the Kanu the man you hunu say once ya ye bo wi ase na no nyina na akogu AI no enti ade bi a wo pe bia no you log into it, you get it.
Yeah.
BBA and the a bedroom baby no. Said the number sectors in baby crash it. Because people will not get interest in walking to your office to get your service. Whilst AI no man the same thing now. All Bible habit no. Unze see akwa based on AI no any other platforms no. Starting to say Facebook omo here Facebook o kasa na churu gwa say say based on AI no any other platforms no technological here on no offer o chat krana o timi instead of so obe read no timi ana
read ma
na the voice a o person the respondents no aba we video had send me mediche video of you say since when and I'm so there now me senior man e di nkomo no o chere me if it's in there as onya nyintu mu say
ya otu Yoruba na
onya nyintu mu say na say me tani senior man e di nkomo nti ono na echeche me ne makakra akra
okay waje di
am waje di
scan ehun
we say yancha me beto me start
ehun pa ehun obi
so update on hontama
share
no more update on ko yi o mafiri mu na wa o ti wonom say
ayifo sa weather forecasters no I'm told one country be you say about 1,000 of them ya saki o munyina
number
because who now be kire say you be to awia na pe wo kra je ni timi feli AI no ka em feli woni
do ma yi ni pa
ni o ma sha say saki amanfo
we make us be wa ma
won obi akọ school we university was a weather forecaster dunia ko AI aba AI ni be kire tama you be to awia be bo bia be enti wo akọ sua weather forecast wo university no we tena fi
Kanu me say me ka say me ofia ma me miti ya ye nua baako ota eba show so no ka scandi asem na kan de no kwa ba men ka bi san say okurumfo no buafu ba bia kuro na me ka fa ho no matena hoda me sure say abi o say eti bribi ubu sam na me ka the issue of computer introduction say na me o ba bia computer eba no ma me phone bi fa akosua ne nsam bodua say computer na be je o madwuma cause no mo ye typewriters
and
a computer aba you say na yenya print ba ko ye ko run photocopies te mo na mo te obebre ye typewriter no mo hu hia biem te ase yi mu nyina mo de na ka nipa ba ko no no mu tra computer achi obo wi a ne run copies te first na say e ban say municipal ana say school ko na mpese mo ye exams a se mo ye nko 200 a je se keke fo no ye ko pe bibiri ba no mo abon kakra obi a bebo be 50 be wi no ni enya number na ye pe no ene kwa de with technology omo ana hu say o fa paper na tim the carbon paper no tum to bebo ba ko be no nya be 3 copies but computer na buy no o type ba ko wi a e photocopy na e be run o print a o run ndi e o nya ni passes
me say class candy ye type you met my na me reading na computer na tro
e say ya iPhone si ko o app o pa lecture na kasa say I do use PA system faculty speaker no do reading na no e be transcript ya ma e be try kama de bu
e be true ni na
do wi anu akwa e wi asin be wi
AI podcast ni na podcast say bia wo feed story bia
information
na tuma mo no na nipa da se need hot di hu nkomo ka sem na wo dey to me pepepepepe
me hwa ade no say it make sense as ade no unde we come see ball again names no.
Yeah,
I was like the missing me busa say a discussion there platform ben so e bia
radio ben
na omo ye na sa ade no ba until wow ba ya be catch me say yeah because tie background no na tie discussion ese production ya shada ye as a BBC Super Sports production bi aya yeah discussion
unim say a time will come if you advance Otec FM for instance director may decide say ohia sports presenter one pay sports show said the NCCA
sure because they know the man media say sports show
so my feed story na gum no more discuss it
no waja we bi atum na
no bi atum and you know something unim bibi when na brofo omo ya obetimi akloni Ghana kasa
e di akwhye
because nipa na no ye o say Nigeria for omo de omo wo on the same platform na mo Igbo ni Yoruba wom anka ye odi two mu say no ko select Yoruba ko me kan Yoruba o me discuss ya de no Yoruba
pidgin no kwa de end simple kura pidgin no kwa say official
language we are say there say na
me say me ti ade no me da odin tie ni nyina awie it just as me bebu say say e bia him for show no mo ye no me initially me say BBC Africa wow enye bra
ubuza so na me can say BBC for
because production no utie sound ni bibia as ya should have production work no adwuma
anyway 15 minutes at the National Arena Bucharest Star Bucharest nil Manchester United nil and of course Europa League games ni na course ni adenti Scandi
Kanu
oma ya nhwe kakra na nyina mrafie na yeguso monitor whether say Honorable Kofi Adams ne vet ne benya baso na nya maso a de beba su bia ebe counsel and then some other stories we ho nyina be discuss nti obani yenya kakra of foreign mere
sure come a very important window no kakra and chebe close clubs ni bi e obvious problems and I say obvious deficiencies are some solve and it looks like this window and it's the nature city and the winter window no yana peculiar problems and the window no is solving. Unfortunately, top players and the almost solve our problems no. So top players and no mostly over the club non so involved. The difficult say obe snatching away from the parent club and the mother club na osi akan ewum. And those clubs are clearly also being here additions on team especially in the Premier League. Manchester City clearly this season, they will need a lot of additions. But this particular window will not make it happen. Yes, Mamouche, a very fine player, but problems all Man City, no, and you're on the best of all at the moment. The same thing like my Manchester United. Here United closely, it looks like a overhaul, and I say United here, and window. Chelsea, after some streak of results, I did a smiles and a bite. Said the old Chelsea, and back. Unfortunately for Chelsea, the last couple of results, and so I say, so squad depth and shada any na need a lot of experienced hands. Team no more. While unfortunately for Chelsea, most of the experienced players no. And as I the corporate and I am the biggest corporates, especially Osha almost set up no. And how coaching the person born over here a lot of energy, over here a lot of youth players, and I say young players. But clearly they also need to fix a lot of things. But Chelsea there, anybody, our head Chelsea game this season beyond HSA, there's a plan, and it will demand players on betting me fit into the plan. Chelsea, a lot of players almost fit into the plan. A few additions and Chelsea be here. They will need an established centre back who is a commander. The Chelsea MSC were children. Say, Sa Chelsea team we are no. And as Sa Brenner Thiago Silva by Chelsea no. Cause that's a team we want. Chelsea will be sorted at the back because there will be a commander. On the back, say Obit Mama Shah from a children. On the defense system, Biana defense no any that solid. And there is no cohesion in terms of longevity or defenders anymore. yana goalkeeper an established goalkeeper I want to do much here or making sure to be show goalkeeper no baby ojina bia no ohun at least 21 and 20 players our pitch no so 20 players no on outfield players 10 plus the other opponent no so outfield players 10 and possibly you say who goalkeeper no or the other end no kwa kan ho there next who 21 players our pitch no so goalkeeper very good na onim de why no wo hye ni players in the back line ya eboanti experience and very good goalkeepers or mother go no for this game na here can was which is football no Kanu idea bo how to arrange their back line and tell me more command over back line. Unfortunately for Chelsea, the goalkeeper doesn't have a command. And an system the network and so you want anymore. Players one almost said that two in terms of experience and Kasakura so no it been saying you. But the issue any Bianca Wesley Fofana say 2 players no na so mobile Chelsea no injuries and have one way playing alongside Thiago Silva any that time na Cholo Bakra no so graduate here onunya more experience with Thiago Silva and say 2 players ni be shame if a komanya sa exposure no enya more games can maybe you get a commander in somebody like Fofana the left side Mark Kukurea ball no for Euro no ma ehun ye no
so obi din
Fofana injury I say you know from starting season na injury
as he was playing so well.
Yes, he was playing and injuries as I na kwatra nchen bi omo Kukurea ko ball Euro championship oboni pa it all back near how he will be integrated into the Chelsea setup and make sure so better keep form na or different Euro ba no Obaye he was getting a different role from the Okoboye in Europe. No? Again, Chelsea's captain Reece James, one of the finest right backs Albert Menya currently in the game, but injury man and more. And anytime Bian Robertoni Biano, who your coach with the clout and caliber as a captain of the club, and then the boy one now, you are in haste to bring him back. Obaye no as Abipra, no as Aquatran chain. It is Chelsea's biggest problem, they say. From goalkeeper no to the 4 no more anymore. Oni commander be a womb. Kukureya cannot be a commander. Disasi your commander. Ukofa obi to say even in Finfiono, Mammy Finfio, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Enzo very young boy, and Okobo walk up, APA and Ojini Dean, of free Benfica Belremo Chelsea. The price tag new way in a kakra. Pressure ni free so because Chelsea team na am performing no. Acquire to say team ni na nenye. Then omo de Caicedo ebeka no. Caicedo is not a leader. Enzo Fernandez is not a leader. It is Chelsea from omo back line no. Ebesi mfimfio no. You don't get a leader. Anyone so krana Kopama no in terms of football na one and no there. He's a quality player. But leadership skills are a bit many from Chelsea. I drew baby no Chelsea Boboa or Drogba or Lampard or John Terry or Peter Cech. At the poom, these are top leaders on the pitch, and clearly,
and then most of them were even captains of respective national teams. Mikel Obi.
Mikel Kwade na mpese ka uniform because Chelsea set up na dey yeka sa clout of players na ebia be na gina nche tin ma Asia kwa mamundi no Chelsea was a top player in Chelsea, he was a top player in our national team, but per the Chelsea standard no players are mebo mudi tin ma money di antare ho, and these players e gina mu abo Chelsea game no obia ewo some clout be around him or the bad team one, it brings the pressure on the young boys na down. But Chelsea akodru ba bia ese Kopama force ye leader with team no cause only team born ye baby it e bedru baby no ese nka Kopama timiti obi to say Enzo Fernandez if he is abandoning his duties ese o timiti obi to say Caicedo so abandon his duties and onye na dwuma ya but sa leadership skills na qualities no away entina e start you know this boy Jackson started you know na on misfire but he kept playing because around him there was nobody for him to learn alongside. Na a year Sterling but Sterling at that time performance in here into born no onya match day selection onya so ko onya few minutes into onya sa transition na onu obi bebo and Chelsea have seen players Kanu omabo to that top level no in world football into Chelsea set up we gina ho you ask yourself say Chelsea drew baby a coach na adwene kra mfa baby a system ne de akonyina mfa who will own up obehwem na no na the young Abrantia Frano, Kopama, and so only up. And Chelsea leaders are strategic in the next summer. And top players are Omukasa leadership skills in the bar because Chelsea set up with last season, any 2 seasons ago. Me sure say see two Thiago Silva free more. KB a worse performance than the Chelsea at the man yenano or football. But with Thiago Silva, the experience, it will be a cover up, no what will be. Edru baby I no coach your pitch and so when he left Becca this set up for us to see no Chelsea struggle and omu throw games away again some are not Chelsea be come no some man strategic say omu top players not just players with quality but players with leadership style and skills I want the baba these young boys they have the opportunity to grow alongside them now you be who say good days of Chelsea now ebeye 5 moments ebi abeko be 5 games bi Chelsea will form be 5 games bi ombebo 5 ni be you know e na ne asate aba look at this Manchester City the game on born last weekend Chelsea in their best element and the first 10 minutes no come back Kelly City team way chances are under 15 minutes no omobo tugu ye though they got an early goal say Chelsea with any kind of experience beer from if you even Kovacic at this time and Chelsea and so on your captain Kanu one of the leaders in midfield obi to say beer aside Kovacic Kanu Jorginho and then ko mfimfio and only lead charge from mfimfia at least the pressure and when to attack and when not to attack that is the best character bit mania from a DM on a starting attack and for any team. Un say ohe obi to say Sergio Busquets though the time and then the prime no obenya obi to say Pedro time bia all chance ball beba no the ball na to milkako even in the Madrid setup time na Casemiro ewo ho na Luka Modric enso gina na so no mienu ball alongside Toni Kroos no enye ye return ball na no e see straight omunim when to set the team to attack and when to slow the pace na kakra this Chelsea setup no elake sa aniema no and coach no technically we good players no technically ebi what the quality na wo hwe no but how to lead our pitch no so no a problem. Chelsea must go into the next summer SARS window they must go into the next summer to make sure say center back and center back or ye adarabia yomu de ni be say be top quality njo ko fanaba. I say an established center back who has played through the ranks, has seen the good and the bad side of football. No? Obi Remwa or alongside 2-3 players be to nurture them, to mature them, not Chelsea are benefiting. In Finfio, they will have to do the same thing. Nobody can complain about the quality of Enzo Fernandez. Even Caicedo, last season, year season, he was one of their top players. This season, he started very well. And so 2 players will need to grow alongside a top player to play. Barcelona, anytime they are motivated to play, Obehu Pedri, Obehu Gavi, there's an experienced player, Lewandowski agent anymore. Those are games that are self-motivating for the boys. But Edru, the minor games, where you need some players to calm the nerves and control the game for Barcelona. Now Barcelona, I found myself wanting because in Finfio, Sadiana Sergio Busquets at the Amomo, Sadiana Xavi at the Momo, Sadiana Iniesta, Sadiana even Fabregas said the Bromo say, yeah, control game. You know when to set the pace to attack because wingers or and ask to control the game for Messi to pick the ball and run. No? And then one here win because ball against Obitese Las Palmas, ball against Leganes, ball against Betis. These are teams who experienced midfielders in the game. The crown in terms of quality and everything, they are not also channel. But experience in the game, saa players ni betimi a bully with players na kakra to make sure say our results are open. So that is for Chelsea. Kofi say mutim no be come market so a enye quality na mo Chelsea has a quality pa in terms of players are omoye younger in the next 3-5 years. Omuni players say see who omo at the top level Premier League no. Chelsea will be probably actually even all the teams Premier League nim say. Name who is the leader in this Chelsea setup from the back line Sanchez to the front four to the middle and even to the attack. It is rare to find top quality or top leaders our Chelsea team.
Okay.
So more leaders are probably I think a Chelsea HC title no by now. I think a Chelsea HC title no run on benya no come the side pace na bekwa but sa leadership qualities ni and at the time omo cramble na akwaye coach no nko adwuma.
Obi
Opani
yentio
manya quick one be
okay
me call reverse na me share one or two things be happened here in the Champions League yesterday because after last round of matches no coaches ni be kasa na me surprised edi kind we share league table no after 8 games now clearly you can see say the fear say big teams ni be beko no it didn't happen because from 25th copim 26 you are talking about Dinamo Zagreb, Stuttgart, Shakhtar Donetsk, Bologna, Resta Belgrade, Sturm Graz, Sparta Praha, Leipzig, Girona, Salzburg, Bratislava and Young Boys. These are not big names in the Champions League. They were fierce moving into last round of matches. They say City, Madrid, they may be in trouble. But I think say Madrid there, it was always going to be like Ombinya, a place in the knockout phase. But City there na eventually Omi Nunina Ewini Omo games are in the knockout phase. We'll see them there. Now the manner in which Omu winning Omu matches no, and I send a particular message. For example, Real Madrid. This particular season in the Champions League, Oma lose some games, particularly against AC Milan Elben about 3-1. And now on the French soil, first time Omukoye, they lost to Lille by a goal to nil. So now Omu need that convincing at this stage of the Champions League. Okay, but last round of matches, they needed to win against Bressois and our Brest to secure qualification to the knockout phase, and they did so by scoring 3 goals. And the statement now is that Kanu say Real Madrid anytime be a Real Madrid that same near discuss Champions League. The conversation is simple. Say Omunya drew knockout phase, Omunya wonders. And in most cases, so say Real Madrid that jumpy from the group stage previously of the Champions League to the knockout phase, irrespective of omu form, no, only omu kushia, you have a cause to worry. And 3 goals no omu share, you know, this particular season and the performance omu show and how dominant they were in the game, no. This year in the Champions League until yesterday, ni yehusa performances nibi. So they showed character and with that determination, say it cannot happen. It's the first time I introduce this format. Real Madrid ebe out of the Champions League so early. So they played with that determination and character. And it was always going to be tough for Brest. So the message and the signal is simple. Say the knockout phase, whoever Aubeshia Real Madrid, you have a cause to worry. Because Omasa Komubi. On the part of Manchester City, Omu form terrible. In fact, Debbie Amekase Pep in his time as a player and as a manager, may sure said this particular season, the most difficult season he's ever faced. Even yesterday, Brugge Beteki lead, and they had to fight from behind to ensure Sombenya 3-1 win in the end. So City a jumpe akọ the next stage of the Champions League. Can when it comes to materials to compete there, me sure say obi abetimi a question materials at Manchester City war. The problem has to do with Rodri absence. Any holding midfield role no near Obo. Well, yesterday we share game Kovacic boy. If you want to look beyond the opponent, you may say if are moving forward, they can do better. But I'm saying generally players need be form and a form. In this case, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, even Phil Foden this season compared to last season, and yet the same. But again, on any day, if City is to come to the party, man, I say ridiculous. City say, oh, the next phase, it's either Omu Facey, the likes of Bayern Munich, Nom, and the rest. And so, judging from City form, no, the next stage, the final, stage for Manchester City. Me, I don't want to underrate City. They said the American, they have the players on any day. So more back to the party. They can play against any team and beat any team on any day. Club football. So the qualification is good, and I don't want to underrate them. Now, Kanu, Ancelotti complaining about the new format, and I'm surprised. Yesterday, after Real Madrid victory now, Omo Akko the knockout phase. So yeah, said draw no beba sochina. Now how the fixtures will be and how enoma beko. Yes. But
dynamics no he kakra. Or had the opening you know the buy in a format now. After the first 8 normal qualify no. The 9th place will go to the 24th. On said on try butuni say.
Yeah.
And teacher said, "Wow, we'll qualify from 9th. No, we are the strongest in the next round. No, until you get the weakest from the bottom. Until 9th, 24th, no, 10th, no 8th will qualify.
So
10th, no 23rd.
Okay, now 11th, I 27th.
20, yes. Just like now your group stage, then you pair second, no.
And if first.
And the first, and the other.
Tomorrow, we shall fin one. Mom, baby, she
yes.
The idea is if you should go you plan, no be you be but it will be an interesting.
Yeah, interesting. That's now your trade one. But I mean, problem is Ancelotti or say the new format though. On Tiasia and that even the playoff no more Bono as a why it is so like he believes say bedding be for the clubs. But even before you entered the stage, you knew that's a own person playoff be a fight for a place in the first 8. It's as simple as that. It is a modern mono when to me and first 8. Why are you coming back to complain? Any Oshe Liverpool, Oshe Barcelona, now Oshe Inter, Atletico, Leverkusen, Leone, Aston Villa, more Arsenal, now all in there. Me sure say they will complain about playoff, any knockout. So, yes, I now say double standards be so. You knew the format, and a womb. And why are you now complaining about the playoff?
The complaints when you 2 more games to play.
But you knew say. So when you hit the first 8 anymore, we go 2 more games. Kanu anamebwa. This thing was clear from the onset.
The circumstances na kwa kujina ho. And I think when the impact I been on the team so because the team will have to play 2 extra games.
And any team nem kwa.
Because already Champions League no. The group phase first we got 6 matches.
6 matches.
Is that 8?
What's about 2?
What about 2 account? I'm an 10 and then we do run of 16.
But when him say Sike wom allocated to clubs, what they compare previous format now, this time Zikana Kosro.
Yeah, I don't just say yeah, even those kind of Kosro there, but say on no share the players in the squad no. And what the energy almost saying here for those 2 extra games at a point at AB and La Liga and my crucial.
Barcelona empene who say me, where the second, and I say Barcelona, they wanted to just secure the first position because now Liverpool lose. No, but unfortunately, Omu facing Gasperini side. He so stubborn, he so strong. Kanu. And now one of the games are Minyambo Treshe Kakrapa, Barcelona, and Atalanta game. No. And you will understand why Gasperini, one of the managers, as I say, yeah, Boma Basu, celebrate you. Me, I've always said, say big teams, no. If Omope good managers, the Omu team, no, as you Omonsa, Kanu, Omonko Atlanta. The man is doing a very good job. So where Atlanta boys, ni so Omujina field, no more bar. Now here Omo players do Omu wana, and ya who born Omu bono. Clear you to me say, there's a manager, why ye Juma, would team no. The goalkeeper, Kanasechi, Marco Kanasechi. And our branch here friend Berard, Jim City, okay, Kolasinic, Belanova. This guy called Kwaku Hien. Me also free Ghana because he's waiting for the Omutu Kwaku. So, and the Rune Zapacosta, Mario Pasalic, Ederson, Retegi, Di Cataleri. These are not guys celebrated in the game as top players. But clearly, Washisha Omo in that 3-4-1-2. Need the ending Amorim Dieni Biu 3-4-2-1. We need the 3-4-1-2. And they play so well at all times. They win backs, no. Okay. Omu make sure say they are up there, they are coming back, and they play with some kind of understanding, with a certain pattern, passing, and with confidence. So Gasperini, honestly, after this stage, Kanu, one of the managers me show respect, me celebrate, Gasperini and the good job he's done with Atalanta side. Moving into the next stage, people should watch out for Atalanta.
You. Yeah, home mraka cry bana yabeto adwumade so ma remfise wuti Otec 102.9 abapa more NSM nkoso anka o se dwade no koso ho wo pese to bibia na wo pe supermarket more kakraka enuma no de ope bia benya bia to ho no mo a na wakwa abapa more water for 3 miles sakasaka park animo wo mo ton bibia from home appliances eco furniture eco nuane provisions ne chese toiletries and nima bibia obenya bia to ho no wo dem nkonwa na anwe ne se a beto foforo ho center table dining set wo bed wo mattress de na wo hia aduane no emo ne anwane chese biscuit mo ne sa ne manema ne nyina confectionaries ne nyina bi yetonton bi so tonton confectionaries enti abapa mo tafo 3 miles ko ko didwa utimi hwa so frɛ eka dia wo hia me de bro mesrɛ so hwɛ na ebe ha adwuan mo telephone number me de betu dwa no afa omo kro ya so wo live open live band e de udwuma bi a ana wo hia live band udwuma de bi ase a obetuma be rent bi wo sanse Helper Plus live band no omo mrante ne memma they have the men omo boy adwuma omo nim to omo sound mo de Helper Plus live band abapamo for 05933 86133 059 3386133 059 Ghana Garages online app. Ghana Garages app aye koso na if I must synchronize omo ye kan ho adwuma nyina e one platform so omo ton cars spare parts omo repair cars. There's a fitafo auto mechanics no omo nyina so wo su bi omo decorate cars no internal decor for no neza odru o metumi de bibia tetaro kan ho ma ho fefe you bi wo ho uhia straighter uhia organizer uhia sprayer uhia omo ye electricians kwabena mo de ni bia kwabena say obo adwuma bruta so enti uye fitani a ana uye omo a uye adwuma wi bia wo so betumi a contact Konka IT for no wato app no so no wanya market wo ho esanze ukọ shop and opa to nwumre na obi ameto ade na obi amma ho amefa mo anko ye ne kama no na obi amfa ne kama na se waso ahye me say adwuma no they say fana could be online a free offline could be online ti one call online ni bia otiwa na wafefo no AC dan AC fie AC cinema to talk cars akese de oma kusku akese kwa bruche ni ade beka so akoji sikadru or nyi sikadru bia e customers no ena onya mo ena onya sika ti mesira fa ho jim bi na beboa wo Ghana Garages online app they say no mo ye promo wo be so kosu bi amotonton cars ni ade wo be so kosu bia promo koso omo do be to so fala fresi yanako GhanaGarages.com app no de e Play Store ne App Store wa we use iPhone call App Store Android phone come Play Store but Ghana Garages e be ya ba download do install it na fe use app no say work car say woni car to be and download bi na fe use bi hwe so koso ne sua de wo so na moaw na we obi a use car de say wonya bi ntempara so because wonim when na wo car e be break it down I'll be here fit any instantly nti but modern so be download app in case we hear mo bia fa car ho de akoso a wo benya obi omo telephone numbers omo GPS address omo shop din bibia omo pictures bibia wo to me very much identifiable say na be ya obi azanfo na yifo ntimi info mo nyim Ghana Garages app no Play Store ne App Store say wo car na unika download bi na use bi na be boa from CCA 0244 319 420 0244 319 420 now be no mon sanso a no we twa paso bitters PASO bitters paso yes sampapa no paso mu sana de yeah helps correct one pa no helps no so I just say I should do correct one ama na onu mo do correct one pa abebo mo etuma didi betimi abo yi or how be bre efi hunam ni mo ama paso bitters boys nsa girls nsa mommy poppy no mo nsa papa paso bitters no enya de say kofa hangover semba heartburns eni akire asa wo be so of nausea ebi ni ho proper immune booster seni pedua no mo kinama hoden basron kokra kenya honam no esa act as aphrodisiac tieniye we natural aphrodisiac enye China for no be amount for their shins and be there be natural aphrodisiac to your bema na uta paso bitters are umema sem gina ye herbs no roots no ni ingredients e dia no ebe boa ama hoden abasronko umema sem gina oba menstrual flow no de bia nsenzem wa chire no paso bitters ena se utwa nom na didi nom de wa hoden betumi not for persons under 18 years into yan washington so unya 18 years anu bi ye akra o konkran a heja paso bitters wo mu twa bruta ti kumase for say dey atoaje si yes ye dey anu no paso bitters paso yes the sport bi abedu ono mo banner ne omo stickers titare woni ade a paso bitters obese o di paso bitters won komo obese o fre na fei o pedodo bia o tubi so na o so ton ana Monique odoba ako sport da buy new site mu nyina se mo fre CCA paso 0533 770490 0533 770490 na onimpeni inform de paso bitters e buy no atwe telephone komo
ensana lubina shano manambo ensa bem no
amuzu bitters
você
amuzu bitters
Twaso
apomode mapade eno ane hepa plus mixture apomode mapade eno ane hepa plus mixture
Unia, Pavi, and the Black Smokes Mr. No, Malaria Dronana. Annie, say an answer. Who bet ye the same wife, you know, you're tested positive. I am no. Says he a cool malaria morning, you know. I'm in negative. Adia, 1 hour, Hepa Plus Mixer, and what do you swabba? Cynthia, I was so immune system, a strong debia. Anti Pavi,
a support to immune system, no.
Not Plus Mox, no so, to malaria no good. Malaria symptoms, at a say, at paye, I fear, one more tour, and 1 meranomsa. Achakura 4 days, not Pavi, and the Plasmox mixer, 1 mono, and 2 malaria and asakura. And yes, I dear doctor. From 0542 7 778572 and 0542 807907. My dear Grenady Pa Pavi Plasmox and Hepa Plus Nina. A pin for about or more manufo and Quadawan in Field in Nunca or pharmacies and her bar shop.
FDA aje Jordan Kratwayatu.
Hey, Opani, Mashusha watch, sir, perfect series books here. Oh, my Mikoto be mamma mano. Oh, Jajai, Abua Wamo say what to make in kind kama. What cabrofo, wow. Nankunta walk ready, a Jajai.
Wonderful. Miss Ghana for GIG perfect series. At 2 months, dear, Jai, no dear name D4 and a chair woman Pia. Our crutch, nursery, any KG, books PAB, and our science, creative arts, maths, RME, history, coloring, computing. OWAP, Nina, a free basic 1, equals basic 6, English, a free basic 1, equals junior high school, near Banner combined store, or Nina B, English, nom, and maths, nom, may say, books to be anywhere, perfect series, NB, Nagias, and Naka, and some were prover, into a batter Pian Kotobi Maneba.
And that's already, so could be crab to me. I could chew Akoton, how many students?
Now, and look at dear, what tip one should say, she almost has a mock exams, terminal exams, and a midterm exams at the master school. A here one more at to phone call put to a station and crying down some mine. First stop, and your mama beer, your tonto books beer from 0243 299938 and a 0540 755 465. Perfect series.
Your worst future is secured.
Opesa ukwa brochire kwaye juma ana ukosua de enfo ni nkyere babia esan se Yejima Travel and Consult abama se wo bebo wa mo akontuo ho nhihye ye beye fofofo. Yejima Travel and Consult ma akontuo ye simple kra esan se wo kanyumaku akukudamwe wo manyi mu adi amanfo tu kwan no ho. Oh enanu ya Ghana Tourism Authority abowa na yabaso se 2024 best traveling agency in Ashanti region enam wo modern bonti. Yejima Travel and Consult Edin Kwada wo bo homodin pa wadisuam hensu sikasemunti watifie toto no akọ Canada brichmemu a wo koto wa adisia so enti se wo pese wo kọ Canada UK USA ana Asian country bia so no Yejima Travel and Consult beyen krata sem nyina ma say your visa passport birth cert hotel any flight reservation obeyen nyina kama ma bra Yejima Travel and Consult eneya na yemfiri wa kwantu krata sem no ho hyehyeye ma Oben Yejima Travel and Consult wo Kumasi North Central so eno Boasi Zongo Yak Towers and now ube fresh 0552 098 298 Yejima Travel and Consult wa kwentu omu boafo
Paso fue one more, fue one papi. Paso initiative fue maminti. Paso fue one more, fue one papi. Paso
Nom ni nyansem wonton mani pa wonyan fiedu wotwen ensese apemfo nom hyene nso se FDA agye adwadie nkratoyi atum se opedudu etu a fra homa turufo 0533 770 490 Paso bites emu odo.
When you have the extra bit of ambition in your heart, you also need that extra bit of energy to come through. And for that, Rush Energy Drink is the boost you need. Created in the USA and proudly made in Ghana. Thanks to its unique formula, you have the power of ginseng, the benefit of vitamins, and the energy of inositol, taurine, and caffeine. Stay active and energized.
For free. Provident Insurance Bama Quentway on Dessa. If January equals March 2025. What do we insurance one some shop Provident Insurance and sa? Some will renew and now we are for free. Penya Chadia P. Emufua coupons and the Provident Sovereigns Papa B. And to what and WhatsApp assistant or buy and chat is here 024-242-6396. Obeso to out over to Minswa 15 branches. Yet to a particular and a mobile. Over to Minsuni brokers and I agents in the mobile is our
aduanam yɛnsanie na Provident Insurance asom Ghana man som power makɔne abadie wa wo bambom. Massa special for you fa akɔ ho. Kaisa nhyehyɛ kakra wɔ ho.
With Provident, plan your.
And this phone so sa. Yes, app be a abba. A one or any business.
Sa app on Martinenka, your friend of Ghana Garages app. Sa app way and a Kasi Bia was said Toyota Corolla, said Fitch and a Washer, said Kerbia Caterpillar, and who your menina, Ghana Garages app ya be party so. Hey, and yes, they say the answer control. Who couldn't aquating? Well, who chrome? Ah, Mr. Sibepan, Sepata Parker Riboni. Any mum. So we a professional mechanic, spare parts, any car dealers, for Ghana Garages in Penny 4, Nayan Fan to Apple so for business. Fair one was 0244 319420. Say, car, Nika Honioma, mechanics Papa dear, Ghana Garages Appunti. Yem Rebium, Kayo, set up on our App Store and the Play Store.
Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your. If you say nobody there for the boy for the street, I define for myself, I am in one. The two ways I'm a man, come and pay Susie can't see my eye.
Bra nedi e kwani ombeka bia ye ntiase ye beji esika
ka wakoma to yem na nkrofo am so mo ye bada ye be kire mo nyansa
aha boss ni nie
oh Charlie cool down Mr. wa munya abutre akwanto ba ko da bia no story ye ntiase ye beji esika
oh Charlie ye ntiase
da bia ntiase
munya abutre
menua e di asem jama ye twimodi o
bra tie bi ma yo
akwanto ba ko e pese e ko ye tua hu ska da bia no ho nsem foforo
ene mo kama koma ntumu yem na magye nkwa na ba me kan Full-time Travel Consult and Recruitment Limited Amamo. Where there no libi, no labalaba. Yedi akwantu hu dwuma nyina. Na ye genu. Enti GAD ye bo manfo mo mutu kwanko enkura hodo bebre so. Ebi ne Canada, UAC, Germany, UK, Netherlands, Japan, Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. Guess what? Krobe na wo witrim. Fa wo ha no dadwe nyina beto Full-time Travel Consult and Recruitment Limited so. Na ye be boa ama wo botaye na abam. Sanso na ye sanye birth certificate, passport, marriage visa, student visa, tourist visa, visit visa, work permit, open work permit, hotel booking, appointment date booking, air ticket and reservation, any afofro bebrebe. Yedi yejuma abra e feeling kikawa bia eni ho. ATGND na yen prices yesika samuso da form boko. Ye wo flexible payment. Ontu betimi abaye office na oni abedi nkomo. Na bibia be go through ama. Hwehwe ye na kyekwan wo Kumasi, Sofolai, Complex Road, abra watra JP filling station wa. Anase Work Angels Academy premises. Sansu no bet me a friend wa humatwo for me so 050-416-1729 and 053-289-3025. Full-time Travel Consult and Recruitment Limited. Ya need a so wa kwantuma
Mema etiefo nyina kwa aba ba Amuzu Beverages Enterprise. Na me din di Dr. Amuzu. Ghana for nyina frame the pennies doctor. Me na me CEO. Ayo da jimeko ya no. Na de inse bia be fe na Amuzu bitters. Amuzu bitters. Eya insa nubra ahye ne ma. Eya insa ye de pepper hwintie na ma ehwam e de afri flavor. Insa color sem bia ni. Insa ni hwani flavor no e natural. Eyensa onomu a enam say indubra ne flavor ne dos wo mu nti onomu a pampan biere ben eni akiri eyensa onom na se ade akyi a utinya oya ohonam enya oya unya hangover biara we yensa onom enya kogu jam say wo mo se na otakre mo se na twetwem inteso bia eni akiri inteso bia wo se esen eyo se sanu mu biom eni nti na ne mra ne ede tuaso ana se atupa 5,000 bitters no eyensa onya numu a obo say yes enche was na komodo as a komodo emodidi kama into obi a edide hu e den ma no onya Amuzu bitters no wa wie onya tuto twa say wo baby appetite ko shebe wo twhwea ba Amuzu bitters on twabia na odidi a eyam aduane ne kama ma de akye umre odua so utransfer say ba say yo ayam team bia ni akire into obi a constipation pa ne hawa ayam team hawa insa uhia Amuzu bitters thought back atopa bebre Amuzu bitters third bako. Atopa bebre. Two bitters bako pese yo. Atopa se bebre. We yan sa no mu a ekenya honhom. Ma sabi bema e ma otu wadie ngasa adie awoso ne ho. Sa kwanya bana se France wa e Martin he. Wa tinka go she chire. Ube bom wa so otumpa 5,000 mai. When bitters a onu mu a yes. Unso ye bema e ma confidence e basoro. Emma Kenya honhom madwe bia no wutimi ye enye nsan kafra ehu edene enye nsan ne bu edene to tu benya bia to toa obenya bia to uko VC10 drinking sport bia so super Amuzu bitters a obenya bia to upedodo atuwa ye wasantasa pampatia na ma ofre no de agin chirechire mu no eye 0247 77 6743 0247 77 67 43. Amuzu bitters tuaso. Amuzu bitters tuaso. Amuzu bitters tuaso.
Otec FM 102.9.
Don't touch that dial.
Right, non cramba pausi mamiensa. Veteran of the sports minister, Honorable Idris Kofi Adams, Koso. Maybe say be take a crowd. Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, the outgoing sports minister, and they a question.
We don't have any problem with it. Stop. Honorable. Honorable nominee, may you listen to me? Honorable nominee, please convince. Put it on. Honorable nominee, there are many in the sports fraternity. Ever since your nomination was announced, please convince us, honorable nominee, many in the sports fraternity over the period, ever since your name was mentioned. Honorable nominee, the Honorable Kofi, I was asking you a question, Adams, based on the number of sports infrastructure that His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo have constructed for the sports federation of this country. And I was just asking you, that's fine. But you gave me the... You may want to answer, please. Chairman. Honorable, do you want me to repeat the question, Mr. Nominee? Chairman. I said initially, that ever since your name was mentioned as a nominee, many in the sports fraternity doubted. They said that where is Kofi Adams coming from? Please convince. Please convince the sports fraternity that you are up to the task. You are up to the job. He has the floor. Thank you. He has the floor. He has the floor. He has the floor. Why? He has the floor. Former sports minister. Why? Oh no. Keep talking. That's what I'm saying. He should keep talking. But how long is that going to take? How long? To lay foundation and allow the man to ask questions? No, we won't put it off. Allow him to ask the question. Are you the one? Please, ask your question. When you finish, I will look at my left. Does it take it down? No. I think you should go to. We are not going anywhere. We are going to be here to ask all the necessary. No, that's the question. Honorable nominee, please.
Anyway, for the so vetting na say no. Basa yes you were between the minority and the majority or more committee so. Go be unze proud to go for Adams vetting no na Sam George.
Yes.
Na Sam George there no omo ya be wi no afenyo marking ne
minority
ayenya omo mu de abufo sorry ko.
Sorry. The man ko ba sa ni say. Na ura unse minority leader no. Okay. Or unlimited questions. So the other members no be why I say bisa 3 questions. But each question be you have maybe 1 or 2 follow-up questions. So but a bano chairman nene afenyo unlimited questions.
Omo do me busa do bia omo pe.
Enti ori afenyo spending more than 3 hours. So eti edu baby na chairman no say when you enough time ebisa a lot of questions enti no ombisa 3 more questions enka ho na omo inclusive ora Sam George vetting no to bisa 2 no obeko third one no na chairman reminding me said this should be your last question and ora afenyo markings there be o protest kire say nkomo ni bi kura pia e wo so omo bo video ni ade but technicians ne say omo challenge a pese omo rectify enti se chairman ne pese o twa ne so dia any a third question no kra wona misa ena sorry ya nso na ne side no omo ti woni nyina omo nyina nso sorry di na chi no omo koye enti omo ho ne be vacant no ena majority for no betre ho na chese omo feel ho so hu ena omo ma ura Kofi Adam se betena ase se almost starting a vetting. So, it me, for example, I was worried because we say Makase Kanu there history. Clear say, they don't really ask critical questions when nominees no appear before the appointments committee.
Now, on say almost sorry, Koy no. Na round up Sam George no. And Mark Quine say Honorable Kofi Adams metenasi. And Honorable Kofi Adams bet almost started vetting no na minority afinyo marking in the squad no omo
aye
enti dey and say omo di floor no ma we a was honorable we dey yebo abaso
aye
yebo abaso why are there we say yebo abaso e wa na MPP for no sabe tenase ti honorable am so be busa questions na enoma honorable Mustafa you see floor say o musa ne question
former sports minister
afi wo so mu no Omampinda da Akufo-Addo ayewe Akufo no say oh master busa wo question ne ko o say a question na me busa no e be gina nsema me kan so nti say o kan nyina ono so waste time ye ni mre question ba ku Akufo-Addo ya straight wa o ti twa so ne busa question na ankasa enu ani o ena de basa na ba no now Honorable Kofi Adams kasa Mustafa busa no question nti
that all these facilities are certified by the international bodies. How is he going to ensure that these facilities are maintained so that they can use to host international sporting events in the country? Thank you.
Well, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, we are going to improve upon maintenance culture. We will not allow any facility to deteriorate to the point that we could even be banned from using it. So the very minimal resources we have, we'll spend it to make sure we maintain what we have whilst we build new ones also. Thank you.
Any further question? Chairman, yes. One of the objectives of the ministry is to ensure that we get our national teams to participate in international competitions and to win medals for our country. We won the only medal in 30 years in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. We also increased our medal table in the just ended African Games. We also won 6 medals in the Birmingham Commonwealth Games. What steps is he going to take to ensure that we improve on the medals that we get when we participate in international games? Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's the case that arm wrestling was what saved us recently. But we truly will be investing heavily also in the other sports. where we used to do so well, boxing, athletics, and what have you. It's equally so unfortunate that just yesterday, there was a draw for the African Cup of Nations.
Honorable members, let's have some order. Honorable members, let's have some order.
Ghana didn't feature. We work very hard to make sure that we get back to the glory days. Thank you.
A follow-up, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the nominee just mentioned that it's just arm wrestling that saved the country during the African Games, and I want to put on record, it's not just arm wrestling, because the black satellites.
Honorable Yusuf, he's entitled to his answer.
Yes, and
you are also entitled to your view.
Yes, so my view has to be expressed.
Once the answer is placed on the record, if you have a supplementary question, go and ask the supplementary question.
Chairman, the follow-up I wanted to do was also to put the facts right. That during the African Games, our satellites and the Black Princesses, and also most of the boxing, for example, and athletics, almost all the sporting discipline won medal. So if the nominee is here, and that was the best performance in the history of since 1965, I have the right to set the record straight as well. Yes. And so the follow-up that I want to ask my successor, Mr. Chairman, is to ask him that what training measures is he going to put in place to ensure that our athletes get prepared very well in participating in international competition. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We have indicated that we will improve grassroots sports. And we're going to go back to the intercolleges days, because you need to catch them young and train them from that point. You don't let them mature to a certain stage before you start investing in them. We want the reverse of the pyramid and make sure that the pyramid stands with the base being larger and broader. Then as it peaks, where it becomes commercially viable, you reduce investment. So we're going to do that and then improve upon our pitches. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the nominee, my last question to the nominee, Honorable Kofi Adams, has to do with budget. Normally, the ministry, we have a lot of federations. We have more than 56 federations. And outside this federation, we have national commitment to our football. And we all know that Ghana, when it comes to football, our passion is so very high. The budget the ministry receives mostly is less than $34 million. Their in their manifesto, they indicated that they will be paying sports. Sports. It's the manifesto that I'm just. In their manifesto, they indicated that they will be paying the national, the clubs, the players that plays in the Premier Leagues, the local teams, first division and second division. Can you tell us whether he knows rough idea the budget that will be used to cater for this? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we are committed to every manifesto promise. We will be discussing in details the modalities, and we'll make sure we implement it to the satisfaction of the playing body.
Any last follow-up? I will proceed to give the floor to the ranking member.
Please, with respect, yes, but Deputy Whip and Chief Whip want to have some few questions. So grant them.
Honourable members, Deputy Whip.
Mr. Nominee, Honourable Nominee, congratulations.
All right, yeah, best to us. So, Kobi, Honourable Mustafa Yusuf, the immediate past sports minister.
Sports minister.
Yes,
I'm so disappointed. Oh, say Kanu.
We don't sports minister.
Oh, say in the introduction, Ubisa me say so taking the tenor.
Onim Ghana Premier League, Onim Division 1, Division 2, Onim. What to papa so sa?
Oh, say because we say me were concerned. Concern any say members on the appointment committee ebe bisa relevant questions are a fast person. Because in most cases, when people do not have interest, they don't really ask any questions. Oh, normal, congratulations on your appointment. No, my Janisa. So, me who say wa bet no. I was happy. Say yenya the immediate past sports minister. Chese was spending some time at was sports ministry. So he's somebody he should be in a position to know the state of sports in Ghana and the challenges we are faced with. But the way they were the ancestors from Kanu. The away say ora afenyo marken ba no kwa ko bisa say ni CV so watro say oka ayibe na onka bimi ehwa ye be dey yetumi akobili mi afenyo marken god the no a free sports ministry ho ba no kra he is not speaking with confidence onto me flow. He's not speaking on authority.
Anyway,
media mama disappointed.
Young go back there and find another bite for some few minutes now. So and Honorable Kofi Adams
we have talked about this in our manifesto that we want to encourage the active ones now to make sure that they contribute to a pension scheme. I am sure when I get into the office through the approval of this committee and the House, we will work other modalities to see those who have already retired and see what we can do for them. You remember some time back, His Excellency the President, then candidate, have to intervene to save the goalkeeper of the Black Queens to get her a decent accommodation. I don't think that our heroes and heroines should go through such a situation. So I agree with you that we must do something about that.
Just a follow-up. Have you met the PFAG, Professional Footballers Association of Ghana?
No, please, but I've been engaging individuals, not as an association, but individuals who have retired, I've been engaging them.
My final question. Have you also had the opportunity of meeting with the Ghana Olympics Committee, specifically maybe the president and then the executive board, President Benunu Mensah and executive board, to know what plans we have towards Olympics qualification and any other Olympic sports?
When this House confirms me and I'm sworn in, I will engage all of them. But currently, like I said, I'm having some engagement and I've engaged Benunu Mensah as an individual.
Thank you very much and I wish you well.
Thank you.
I proceed to take a question from the Chief Whip.
Mr. Chair, thank you. My good friend, Kofi Adams. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Thank you.
Don't believe the propaganda. We in the minority, we support you. Don't worry. We support you. We know you will do a good work. My first question would be on, now, as we are all aware, your ministry's designation has been changed, and there is an addition of recreation, which you do know very important, the effect of it on our health and other concerns, so critical. What thinking are you going to the ministry with to strengthen the aspect of that ministry?
Thank you. I have always believed that a very healthy nation will be highly productive. And one way of being healthy is being active. And so we're going to promote a lot of active lifestyle in all our communities and to encourage many persons. I've seen even media platforms encourage persons, and the turnout sometimes is so beautiful. So I want to help to reduce our health bill by making sure that we are very active up to the very minimal level.
Okay. The number of astroturfs we have in our country now, I don't know if you have taken inventory of the number now. What we have now, are you aware of it? The total number of astroturfs we have?
I don't know the total number that we have. However, I have some concerns about the astroturfs. Some of them, truly speaking, have not been constructed to standard. And I don't know whether you are aware that in one instance, it resulted in a very serious injury to the head of a player because the space between the touchline and the metal was so close, it's not up to standard, that it caused an injury when the player was chasing after the ball. So we will look at them, the ones that are not standard, in order to avoid some of these injuries. Maybe we may not use them for such other sports, but we will not use them for football, but we can use them for other sports and recreational activities that will not demand a certain chase of the balls.
Honorable nominee, I'm sure you agree with me that our Premier League, it maybe for want of better expression, and if I'm going to be charitable in terms of the description, is a pale shadow of itself. If you do agree, what are the plans beyond the Kotoko and Hearts? Hoover Adeb, I'm not too sure. I used to be a fan though. I used to be a fan of Hoover Adeb. Yes. I know if you agree, what do you intend to do? What do you intend to do to up the steam again?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have talked about a number of things that confront our Premier League. It includes even the technical stuff. And that's part of the reason why we said we're going to modernize and raise the Winneba Sports College into a university where training of professionals will be quite high, so we can have a lot of technical persons that can handle our clubs. Again, we talked about giving them some allowances so we can retain a number of our players. Some of them leave the shores of this country to go and play in war-torn countries.
And some pain no. Amuzu bitters. What's it? Amuzu bitters.
Amuzu bitters. Twaso.
Right, 9:24. Honorable Kofi Adams, Edaswa see Konyamo Omu Bisane questions from left, right, center. Member of Parliament from Nsawam Aduajiri. Honorable Anodompre. And I are taking a turn. I will Bisane questions. No, who voted Depinina? I minority chief whip. Ono nyame nkoa nke fa ne kon election mu nyame nkoa nyame de siberero. But seriously, you see, people who are not even related to sports during administration are making sense. Busa sensible questions. Ono Mustafa the end me them just be so disappointed. That's what could diagram bi. I was expecting him to ask critical questions. Besenka ono ofi ministry oba no. Be busa questions bi a ka but testy Honorable Kofi Adams na ye so
in areas like this now only opportunity because there's pressure on Adiana here, you know. Don't forget Osei Akoto no we can say they are behind time. Omo chance from an baby on my bedroom. And there are needless things you don't have to do. Obia ni mabaya ofri mo ba kwan fast obey minister. The preamble no and na Akufo-Addo and you irritate omo mtete ono. Say ba kubi obaka bia no na Akufo-Addo time no and na you over course stay ho. And that is why Honorable Ayabo ka chen say the preamble no wado do wontwa so. Because baby you ask question or kase bia Ghana your development centers are nanke ye oba abeto so. That is the main question no person obusa. But baby what didn't know and thanks to the president Akufo-Addo and hono no oba be ma de na wado do.
Honorable Alexander Kwame Afenyo Markin. I don't know so. Say what yes. Yes, you know so. Sir, what was you know? Oh,
do you have one?
Passing through. Nyanus we travel. All right. Edunus why ebema well ebeti in a crap. All right. United Swasha one. Diogo Dalot. Kovizo yawe. Yeleba kwatum. Amorim ba any there. Europa League ni yeshepa. And as Europa League ni unbeaten. I think you're unbeaten. And Lazio. And I think Lazio lose game. Okay. Some of that top no. Lose game. And I and I'm say this was your dad as a draw money Amorim be so na no shesa. And you grow be say. All right. Kovi me ancha Dr. Dapalong na nwumre. Okay. On a Dapalong medicinals ano. Na ni nnuro mienu yi e change Lepequin and Lepitone. And you 2. Now open the best also draw. For and any Lepequin. Lepequin. I say general body weakness. Lepequin. And a Lepitone when you want to untumini malaria ni would menstrual disorders. Na one Lepitone. So what you say? Anti Lepequin and Lepitone. Numi noa. I would man swatch a year pa. I remember say Dr. Dapalon bar for somewhere around 2014 and yes sports aviano. Sure. Na oda issue no so pa. To be uncle pebinum, be a numbi, numi nui, janan so pa. Wednesday no pebi out and count apostle. Lepequin, Lepitone. No Dr. Dapalon San Wujuma. Herbal shop, pharmacy, over the counter, chemical shops, United Tumbi. The telephone number is 0244 827228. 0244 827228. And it's my kitchen restaurant. Hona ye kwa kudi aduanepa. So what you say, kudi aduanepa. Anti it's my kitchen. Hona ye ton. Ghana nwane any abrochire die nyina yes and serve natural fruit juice eba in so many flavors. Your pineapple ginger, your mango mixed fruits, tangerine and orange. Ni nyina no flavors ni bi. Ye promo so ho dwoada bia oba ho beto catfish ye chewa aduane free eka ho. Ukuwa da bia auto pizza ba ko a unya mienu. Na ya wada bia ti se nne to banku ni tilapia ba ko a unya mienu ti it's my kitchen for the no local cocktails no so nyana yetonton smoothies your pastries cake yenne sa ani manima no tonton ni nyina bi e wo honom enti bo modern say obekwa akoto bi e wo it's my kitchen which means so I order bibia wo bia no delivery guys no within seconds o bonds anu an so modern buy pay and na for event bia ye bia no obese ye several aduane wa asema wa fa contract my name nyanwane papa emma. It's my kitchen for your telephone number is 0265 707070 0265 707070 and 0248 865046 Frenny Ninkomo Baba Yara Stadium wa traffic light nchen wa and abu here. It's my kitchen and nakra. Amuzu Herbal Clinic and a day Amuzu garlic bitters aba a dry kutia blood pressure cholesterol beer just moja no ntumi nkommanti akofa how do pia ba no unya se wonom garlic bi na ko client ni mu nyina no na kwan mu da homa moja no tumi ko so on the gata on se mu ye ma na musi abosin su na hyase pefa ho na fa kwan mu ni ade a sana hunam no tie se moja no ntumi nko na akoma no bre pa no tumi apompi no nya moja ni bi atumi ayusu timtina me pa ocho se obenom Amuzu garlic bitters ye dupa dru a chese aboa ye pa hunam ya on be ko United at second goal Kobe Menu woni bo borof Amuzu garlic bitters lower sugar level no ba from pa obi awo aniwo how chese nima bibiri ohono mo a garlic no eye ma oba woni bo modern so benom na bibia e kama Amuzu garlic bitters yenye na ewo herbal shop ne pharmacy BMO tia na wa hye nso obetumi nso afre Dr. Amuzu ewo 0247 776743 0247 776743 ofra obejo so ɛnyɛ Langabell na wahyɛ Ghana ɔde Ghana flag aboniti a ɔkoto Honorable Kofi Adams akyi ɔpɛ no Joseph Langabell de ɔhyɛ yellow bi a ne nsa ɔkyɛ obi wɔ ɔna asɔre gyina ɔno ɔno sɛ ɔno no ɔse Kurt Mobile wɔn abɛyi no afiri national team mu ni adeɛ a ti ɔsa fighting way back into national team na afei wabɔ adwuma wɔ hɔ na Scandi Nyankopɔn yɛ adoma on the 14th of February yɛ so February na yɛ be wura mu
the month of love
mo ɛnɛ yɛ
na yɛ be show love
mo yɛ bɛ kyerɛ ɔdɔ amanfoɔ so bɛ nyinyi amanfoɔ February amanfoɔ nyinyi amanfoɔ paa
mfaso na ɛyɛ de ya November receipt bɛba
amanfoɔ ya
November
results no ba na why din no agye na deɛ kyɛ ne sɛ Otec FM ɛne by Grace Medical Center ne aka bom nyɛ de dwuma de ba yɛ bɛ sɛ Kumasi man tie ne yie no be atu ho na on the 14th fato o to do list so set a reminder to OCC say nyame adoma on the 14th Friday obefa Otec FM adwuma mu ha ansa na wakɔ adwuma so the month of love the day of love on 14 February Vals Day na mu ye screening ye ho wa ha ye nyina na ye tie ne say in all any free mum but tiniye in all the labs any nema be nyina no discount home
discount home
ya
so adom agu so
mo enti ye be check blood pressure ye be check weight ye be check sugar level health education health education yare ahodo mu the amount free drugs and no na sa ma ho nyina ye free what I say
ya BMI so amount
ni nyina ye free so ho nyina ye free tieni you pressure see check weight sugar level any health education abenya nyina no
free
yeah
okay
but eba no labs any nima ahodo abenya bi wo honom dia anye eno no enima na ye de ne boarding
wetu akaka
ya nya boafo dan ke pe obi onko betima ka say oh monyi 20,000 Ghana cedis 40,000 Ghana cedis 50,000 Ghana cedis na nka monyi ni free ma obi obeba bia ba ya nya ti ya adwen say ye be che bi etua na mo so matua de aka what you say anti-hepatitis B and C 50 cedis instead of 80 cedis high vaginal swab a man muntini ye but hwehwe sa anyima ni nyina mam na nka okoye no hospital a 150 cedis omzo betua 80 cedis per syphilis any gonorrhea test 40 cedis ubese oye HIV test a 40 cedis kidney function 150 Ghana e wa bonten basada no omo de beje 100 cedis pese ohu kidney hun sensema Honorable Kofi Adams no wawie o omapon wawie enti sanity
Mustafa sisane ni ma oko
wa bebuza hwe so liver function prostate ni nyina ebeye na otua kakra bi 100 cedis na say wo dia hwe timesra na wa hye nso shase tu susugu 14 wo ba Otec FM adwuma Scandi very important
they are very important by vaginal swab there no ebia na saada na wafa match bi odi kofi di kan be wa ha na hwedi wom anza na wakotra match na so
mo kofuru match ya kofa ha
kofuru wi na kofa infections the bar to anya match bi na wakotra so a fa ha ni ni kan nya swab ni nhwe
yeah
ho dwo na de kofi
fantastic enti Nyankopon ya adomo a eye Friday 14 February 2025 anopa no nso kan ni da hyehye so Otec FM premises here. Jumadi proudly sponsored by Perfect Series Basic Schools Assessment Competition. Afibi omo ye no. Unze Perfect Series books no.
Sure.
Jumekwa womo ene etwa books papa ma Ghana for nkwada kinkan no. Womo anesa organize Perfect Series Basic Schools Assessment Competition no. Omo
taji. Quiz
mo Autism Consultancy Services etechri Olus Kitchen omo eboyechidom Ujima Travel and Consult etechri Best Brain Publication enso techri Dapalong Medicinal Dr. Dapalong de Lepiquin Lipitun by Petra's Cake Paradise Cake Papa Pavie no The Marvels Events and a Pella Mineral Water omo nyina eboyechidom ena dwumadi yɛde ɛbrɛ Manchester United ase 2 kɔbi menu na me adoma kwasi ada wia 2 o'clock yɛne Crystal Palace oduro safo say enche Star Times wɔn ɛbɛhyɛ adwuma se ansan so atwa league matches na mae
Star Times in this February will come
on record.
It's on record.
Say that again, Anna, because my people are listening.
Star Times in February will come.
What will happen to the other media houses that are already taken?
The GFA don't have any contract with a media house. GFA wanted, since we had no TV rights and our matches are not going public, we decided to engage certain companies to do certain things for a specific time and then even put it on our GFA app. But that is gone. They are doing some matches. They are doing blah blah blah. But if by February the Star Times comes, everything ceases. Nobody goes there again.
All right, I know. Yeah, and some more opinion ya to Jano. And also, be no bit mama pressure. Mama promote ado. Obia ni ho. Obia Ghana. Obia ni ho.
Milovan took us to CAS, and then we were ordered to pay him. We paid him, and it was left with $14. This one cheese has for $14.
$14,
yes.
1-4.
Yes, it did.
I said somebody in the cast had or say much. I don't know much 14.
Now, yeah, you know. So when Milo was sacked along that line, if you have listened to our tone, we were saying Milo, we've seen a progressive from Cameroon. We've seen progression of him, and then they say no, Monsaken.
The ministry advised.
No, you people,
the Ghanaians.
The Ghanaians. Monsaken. So pressure was put on us to sack the coach, and we did. And this time, we will not allow anybody to put pressure on us to sack a coach. We've seen coaches who have failed in their 1, 2, and done well in their third. And we gave this young man a job to do. We gave him 2 jobs. One for AFCON, one for World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah.
And the guy is on the...
But he's failed one.
So that is gone. The World Cup, where he is, and who should come and continue? How many months left?
We have about 2 months.
So who should come and continue? A new coach who doesn't know the players? Is that what you are saying? And then go and
it's not going to be a new thing in football. For a new coach to pick the team.
What we have been doing.
It's not going to be a new team. So if we are sacking Otto now, and we're bringing a new one, it's not going to be a new thing in football.
That's what we have been doing, and we are not getting results.
All right. Odro Safo, Ghana Football Association ESCO member, no. Oka retired referee Alex Corte, and they were called granting interview at top radio on crying. The one Nayas. Oh, Nayas, there's an interview, no. Nayas.
Say Nayas, that's all.
Nayas, that's all. And Alex Corte, one problem back when is almost Casa movies a cut them wow.
If you handed you do something.
Alex Corte is a Georgia free somewhere around 2000. All Blacks.
2006.
Also, All Blacks no kotoko match be Georgia free. Ebani fi an komi tu abra be manu so nwia kotoko. Emma omo All Blacks na nkomo nse kotoko sa ada no. Referee Alex Corte.
They came to my house in the evening.
All Blacks for.
All Blacks. No, my point. Sorry, I mean, baby, do fear. Cabinet. I don't want to. You know, me inside one madam we see. I say, oh, or need George and Abba, George. Oh, but who for them? No, in fact, on your just me, madam for or your minion Cassandra.
Yeah.
Let me just coffee. You know, fair. What like me making in the instrument? I don't do these things. Me know clever. I didn't know any buy. No, Charlie, yeah. Column catching so uncle. Now, madam, me Bradley, Pam, chose a million minko again. Until I'm coy. Until me parking me car, I'm a corner. Or the car, Master George, me. I don't do these things. It will be a mess wrong. Can come my players. How much amount, I don't even want to know. But the farmer players, I told him that.
All right. My time cry a bit here. But I'm going to Provident Insurance Company Limited. Provident, yes. The #1 insurance company, Provident. Afibia ya sha afinance fufuro say ya no mo run promo. I'm friend Provident giveaway promo. But we there a motor insurance promo. Provident Insurance motor insurance promo. Na dey any motor insurance promo yi. Ni nyina ne say wo car insurance na anwene se no kutwa fufuro, but this time round kutwa no Provident no muncha wade. So what you say? Was we renew and now talk a new motor insurance policy or Provident 50 January Yakopi March, the last day of March no. Onya exciting rewards, fuel coupons eka NRV exclusive Provident souvenirs. So will be a t-shirts, key holders, and the mahudu bebre and no chiche. Na the hiya kese pa ne say dwumaku a do ho akobo makucha insurance wo no enye konabra fo enye insurance bi company bi o mo ye ida bi wem de papa o mni madwuma ti o say emia didi sui bo modern so be ko na wakwa insurance no waje wache de Airport City branch no e wo opposite Kumasi Children's Home. Swami branch e wo same building as Stanbic Bank e wo mu no nhyae so fo we be ko nhyae so branch no opposite Car Bank I wo nhyae so Obuase stadium kwan so na Obuase branch one year ena Olibest keke wona Aswanse kwa keke be boa ma on say tumi aka bi Aswanse is the asoridan no abrosan tintin na wo na anu amu na keke wo DVL office any Asante Mampong ho nyina cooperative transport kwa obenya bi na watumi atwa ana de opa ofra John Barnes beje so na ncha John Barnes na nwumre 0200 2348 06 Jack number you also bro so 0200 2348 bro so timon free we mum 0249 220 247 0249 220 247 0249 220 247 with Provident man you are covered minimum terms and conditions apply. All right Kovi when is kandi mun chamre na kane.
Yes okay my main started with oral escorting na me you na no do saf Kanu I don't want to believe say ora Alex Cote akofa same we yaba because nansen ora George Free criticize the leadership of the Ghana Football Association. I do not want to believe that. I want to believe say onim near oka and that see a friend e wo baby a obetimi aba bi gidem e defend asema okay and yes just the usual talk and the usual attack on people who are seen as opposition. That's what I want to believe for now, but me expect some few things to happen. Eddie Kine, the prosecutor okay of the Ghana Football Association, I expect say Emfree Sabri ankopim sa de be chichina na omo akabibi achre ora Alex Cote. He needs to be invited. Minim say there was this committee omo form here na ye in charge of some of the ethics committee. It doesn't look like it is still an active committee, but what we've seen, especially this season, in say, Obika Sembia, Fini Huni say, a diffimbe bata GF and any products. The next na Huni say, ye charge you. So I'm expecting, say, the GFA prosecutor, Ebeka Bibi, actually, Ura Alex Cote. Okay. The second thing, and so they say, Ura Georgia Kwesi Free. Okay. I am expecting say onunsu betua na mobi ukai say nan say referee Maxwell Hansen asembae a che say animado ekotro ye say FNU use Maxwell Hansen e de o dirty works no utu anamon to clear his name. Now since that time no yenyanti ho asembia biem. I don't know whether on be pursue the matter or not, but clearly referee Maxwell Hansen etu anamobi say osi wanimado for defamation of the character. I expect Orajo Jeffrey to do same. Say asem na papa na kafa no no so serious. Don't forget say me no tie okay Orajo Jeffrey on kansi sudua say ne ambition to become the president of the Ghana Football Association no waman insasu. So it is possible say the next time you be post say yekoto ba the next GFA president no obesan ayeden aba up beam. But why am I so disappointed nene say Kanu Ura Alex Cote anas expose by yenya the chance to reform our football near the normalization committee normal prepare grounds no say yen to abanyi the next leaders of the football association no okay no more vetting any integrity test any all of those things at that time Ora George Free no yini nanima fa form say yen to abama no meye GFA president that time no na papa we or Ghana heya no nko baby enti adenti and one provides her information no? Because somebody who can go to a particular club and I say a particular referee say meeting any kotokokobo match enti me babe no wa di ball na mami SEC kotoko de that person is not fit to be the president of the Ghana Football Association. Okay say Palmer ade di ni free mu ne say waton player Joseph Pencil na percentage was so tu ama GFA no when tuya and that wabu FA no e wo kwan bi so enti no ontimi sa melidi the same FA 18 years ni free. Part of the reasons why Orake Tokreku ebenya the chance to lead the Football Association. Enti papa yi wa moa ye kra as at that time no ne wo say otumi ya den e this information we ba ne ahwehwem. But yes, a crime there, any expiring date or the aba. The appropriate authorities also more picking the matter up. I don't want to believe, say, or no say, yeah, no, referee's manager. And so he's in bed with the association or the leadership. And to Rado Jeffrey is seen as opposition and say, well, Kasa, and Tiani, I mean, so I don't want to believe, says Anne Koso. Enti the appropriate authorities as same way any kwan say ye fa ne tra as for na no do safo de o kai say abrebi na hu bi na wiem say esku no so kra no mpese o mutu ni free so because asemba ne commentaries a eya ode ba bonte no e mankofo bufu efe ni mo ye koto aba na tete sa hu no say o mpese o mu yi ni free ho because ninsem bi wo ha e sha manfo abufu kra emwa GFA no but eventually say enu kro say anya no kro onya ne 3D mu enu wo esco de so when you hold such position you don't talk like this when FA president the president nankase mu akotro social media say or yes special appeal to Ghanaians say without Ghanaians support okay, Black Stars ain't mean koye. The next World Cup, a person qualify Kobe, you know, Ghana for and support ya, ain't mean Kobe. What's what? Yes, our special appeal, you know. After say, yes, our changes no technical team, no more publishing. That was the next thing the GFA president did. No, yeah. Now, so Babe Kasa said nobody can put pressure on you to sack Otoado, and that the timing is too short. Now, your boy qualifies new year ANA AFCON dia no Ghana for starting say obo kase coach na ho lead ye no ye nigide woni mu onya de omwaye entimu nya ne kwan ne yempe bi fufuro mra no se nye no enye no ranso e sha ase ache mu na mwatena ho a even changes mo expect say mo be ye o technical team no mwatena ho a o kase time ni ho na nya no ya no mo yes changes no mo de technical advisor ne some other technical assistants edi abay. And between that time we anytime able qualifiers need there enough for the new guys no mobile on board no to do a job ebetimi abo to ado eme dey qualify ohun namba no head coach need there time nisa. How can you talk like this when you are an executive council member? The same time now we can want some say limited no is no would there changes after technical advisor any other people on board never head coach need the other be and their time nisa. What kind of logic is this? And to say Ghana for and I will be intimi for pressure and to almost woman sake head coach of the Black Stars if he doesn't know if you know a body in charge of football there. But when it comes to the national team and your bona fide property of the Football Association and for Ghana for right, the FA is holding it in trust of we Ghanaians. Into Ghana for and beyond that, coaches now you bet you or mokano. Okay, and ye Ghana for taxes so mutuya na Ghana ben yibi no di tuya Black Stars head coach ka. Into Ghana for have the right to share their views. But if he thinks so, I'm gonna 2 minutes show mun se mobi antimi more pressure. That's fine. If we asia, results no will be there for all of us to discuss. Kanu.
Kanu.
Yeah.
Mami fan free baby akufi this year.
Mo, it you.
Odusa for okasa. Na sometimes one way or worse no now make attempts or better respond there. One hand will off track. But few questions. Mami fan free GPL no cra. One cause what they can prevent a game from being telecast. Brekum Chelsea and Ekotoko. You're on record. General radio so catch the Ghana phone will be say there's no agreement, there's no contract between anybody so Otimicha Ghana matches no. If the next game say are signing says this same radio TV stations no be na so omomunja na enwan na akọ enwan na abo amasa de nesi. Say in attempt to justify the no here no. And to praise the F and say as a Star Times is coming back in internal. He's telling the whole Ghana say if any new be any contract say omucha omo matches no. It in so be so camera afa for camera and a Globe TV for camera. At the cost center be na the chairman of the club and a president of the club na catch say Krachi an ESCO member or then so numbia catch say muni contract be as much matches to call mema untwa. Ne who cause am? Sometimes kasa no ya dos or do and o kasa on way as no first thing Kanu Pacho Otuado the first things as only the technical team na about qualifies no na match be nya ne Ghana Nigeria and the ne enough say obet mabo game double header keke kure ko fan so mara no bo and you are not telling us sabri any walk up no ebre na etia na reason na wo site say no kwenti no mo bia ehunu mo so mo site ko ensaki coach no say ye pam sika ko no de ko FIFA why sika na di tuai efe for no mo ko yo motom sika de betuai sika ko no ka if the appointing authority ono anso no ye pam coach na ka beda anso ma ni tuai no e chance to revamp or reshape the technical direction wo say wo ye ESCO member no wo mpene wabra say kaba ho a enye osika na editua. Very interesting to understand as no work no. And can we Kofi minim say bia wo wie school ni nam no watch ade kakra private school bia na bi sada. No krepa ne say sebi akora ni tie wo ho. Wo fa teacher ni say on kire na ade a. Wan hwe be cost more than oba onim ade no hia few touches bi to write exams. Can you do watch ade da? Akora sebi ni tie wu. Na so na ba kire na even said you see two letters ebom e dey form words and some na ba kire na sounds no. Ya na omo age kire na e dey nti se teacher no the man so on charge a. Wan ho ba charge sa akora no. Wo ba ka say adwuma keto wo ba charge na kese. Name the on international school polish nebia or here some few touches with the actual exams. Sometimes I am a moderate kakra. The person make an answer, hey, or to add the level in internal. You see the kind of technical team on and the cost attached to technical team. Because they know say coach nanka say in terms of competencies or shortfalls be it's nenye yanko fan nipa bebo enkenya bad so ofa nipa so mebua coach no. But it goes confirm where na no na me ka say me wa say teams here no mbobo nyina and everywhere in Europe. Kanu ye fa most teams are national teams and I say even clubs obehwem no say coach ni ye inexperienced and na onye no top leveler. Obenso one experienced coach bi a or an assistant and or attached to technical team no. Edru baby ono na nim de no e fall shorter or dan ani ko hena or some kind of brains e wo ho okoji bibia fe.
Ya ma oto ado shefa no.
Me ba ho. Etina na me disappointed say yen ye kofa oto ado ne assistant coach na say John Pencil. So oto ado ni nhunu bibi na okobuso obi a John Pencil.
O say na yi wo bro ni ba ko Kanu.
Forget it.
Low man
forget it Kanu. On the day na ye tena bench no so no. Enye obi o technical director we kura no. You see a paper and wakofa Desmond Affair. Edna kwakwe assistant or Black Star ho. Yen you say the scheme of things na yenim ewo technical team no so no. It is even possible say the technical director may not sit on the bench. It baby bedru near pesi before a technical team no. Yeah, the numbers in the tutu near the WC and the WC. It is very can say unrealistic. Sadia ne pesi ye ne di push team no say chinchine de call work up no. Nyame ya dom nefa na with the new technical director na oba any omo maka no eboa ne nya qualification na ye nyina ebesom ne akọ.
Okay.
But Kanu Alex Cotti
referee retired.
Papa no eze after this interview esenke yapam no. Esenke yapam no. He's a threat to your football no. And a football no kwanso no. Kanu me say wo betima team. Udu sika be team no. Players ebe kwa koyo mo personal training asa ba ma wo coach akotraining omo. Coaches no eko technical ayi. And eko refresher courses ekotue sika make sure so or nim de no di bi ka ho. Referees no. Uhwe mpa in terms of the stakeholders no. Who are portion a omo na omo investment of football nusa omo na determine results the man o ya rough o investment nyina no omo be hye egu nchen but the man ye hu ne say this is a man who knows say obi approaching no and me person make kasa ma George free but Kofi Waha he's been closer to certain teams before can very difficult the team owners in him chairman for him, president in him. Very difficult say a president or a chairman of a club or no other front side and so on the person. A difficult. Say obi team be person approach a referee. Na president of the club na chairman no na say di animu so kwakwe entensi. It will be ne word against George Free word. And yet, you say George Free is not in the good books of the current football family now. You're all Ghana. It will work, and a referee let's go to Canada. Into a back we aka, and yet him the nipa be. But the man you who say, can time now on your opportunity? Who him say, referees no aware say, so be approach you. Now one is Ghana. Sometimes or a way or be finding a way into the game. It would deny and say, oh, Nisikano, dear now you found. Couldn't you have reported, say, Nipas mercy and interested, and don't forget, say, and you will be a woo game non qua and I know interested as time or yet more blacks. Tis a wonder who die in one Niskana. Why shall I such a character, whoopers who portray them no mind? At now football from that time, no, Sebi, a bribe and my refugees over the years. Other na time I won your pepanso the oil refi papa won you know. Went Marcos one to one report no and farmer authorities on Mukra football and say, my way mu here ni obegu football no. It won't when any way through. possible say referees na aka no nya ni way through now Eugene boa me with sa you know me the man no flyer na me the man no Kanu the reason I mean say man na some no aka no truth nim e wo mu kwan so eketo abi this same person talking to us about say obi approaching na with sika wanye Kanu boxing for na fair in judgment na boxing for no na fair who say split decision kura na nipa na ne de no eye odd no ya na still a numbers ne ben kakra tu say bi amafa akọ 117112 117112 e bi na akọ 116113 and 114 still a ne de ne ben ho margin no omo penem so mutim ye fair but Eugene I gave you a flyer on referee Alescote fama me Kanu na ye betena abedi nkomo Emma former spokesperson of the Ghana Football Association ekotena ni Facebook ekotwero to say e free say ohwe football edi football achi ade ba ko eni hu pa sa ball no hwe na na jo osunye Kanu patch for the benefit of your viewers really ade na on.
I've watched the video of the whole 90 minutes of the Accra Lions vs Dreams FC game, and honestly, I did not see any wrongdoing by referee Maxwell Hansen.
Papa, we sabi o nipa boni. I see you free about. Nipa would me resist a bribe, and what has I game never no still who any wrongdoing from side video na yina ahwe bi no. Video na ye boss so obi nkwa striker ni free defenders achi ba. Sorry, we from when mu ba. Ni apeja flag na gina soro na refi abohwe no ajo oso wa hunu hwe sa statement here that way sporty FM for interview o ne ye as a man no what free penti Accra o de why interviews pa oso wa hwe sa game na Dreams FC sorry Dreams FC ekwa Accra Lions home ko boy na sa game no bibia to the extent say ye wie no there are people who are even threatening the investment on your club and say enye worthy of investing again. So do see kesha board no and who here potentially a bit more kill potential investors are not on person game num nyina. Wey a referees manager was what a game no ohwe no ohun a single wrongdoing from sa game can sa video no we be post to Facebook.
Post to.
And this is the man who handle your referees no. It is no who wrongdoing. A better na who report to referee for misconduct and I say referee be good when you answer game bia obesom kan wa hwem dia ma. Who what man resist bribe. Then yen yintum say ampa o de yen yintum say ampa. George free the bribe bre wan. And na wako he game we na so unhunu from so bia o game no. He's not an honest man. And I said, interviewing Kuma and the other one near boy. I said, come to me, Pam, so on man to one year man with integrity.
All right, Matthias Candy. Yeah, sorry, so I say you are right on Mustafa, former sports minister. His preamble were needless. Questions were hollow and not incisive. He just wasted the time. We James Star. Yeah, senior man. No. Okay. Yeah, senior man James Star.
Mr. Pobinso.
Zempa.
So
Congo's partner say, Kanu, I've told you on countless occasions that former minister of sports is not.
them. Diaspora for them.
Diaspora. Jakwabinane bright mum na so mutie. Mienchi omu na nwumre. Nyamisiro omu pa. Scan nye izo. Alex NSA. Alex mienchi na nwumre. Na Odike. Odike wote nka che ho.
Me to Odike nka.
Ono ne kasa ya che. Na so friend na che.
Echa me friend. Aha. Echa me friend. Me friend twice be so enya time ansa ko.
And the best day na no police station na. Oh. Last time we go police station. My friend back. And later no friends obi ye de se kan dwana
obi ye bunu bukata
o se Ghana mra ye adwuma
no munim se na se police ni
ensana lubina shano manabo ensa ben no
Amuzu bitters.
Wose
Amuzu bitters.
Amuzu bitters. Twaso
Esa do bi abo mo baji binwe. Paso abo mo baji binwe. And I feel way one more. Way if way one papi. Paso, paso, mitabo, mitaba, mitabo, mitaba, mitabo, mitaba, paso, abo, mumbeji binwe.
Nom ni nyansem wonton mani pa wonyan fiedu wotwen ensese apemfo nom hyene nso se FDA agye adwadie nkratoyi atum se opedudu etu a fra homa turufoi 0533 770 490 Paso bitters emu odo.
All right. Yanko anim. Birthday ba ko aha. Nana Adwoa, yes. Ye sergeant of town also or say ne yire eno no. Now I say Nyamishan Bebre on the occasion of her birthday. To wish a happy birthday. Yanko Ponsha Bebre. Nana Adwoa ti anka nwumre ya. Your happy birthday from sergeant or town also.
Eugene Pacho Boa me na menye menso me de nimfeo. We happy birthday wishes to this beautiful soul our dashi an African when so fatani ye power pa nidin Abigail Tanga odu ani cheme da by new site eho na Abigail ewo na opposite Dr. Asafoje Hospital no eho na oti this beautiful soul and a birthday na ye nua Master P asi yan watch no happy birthday asi birthday ni hiana pa enti no de aba before Otec FM asi yan enti abi said the African way see fatal no pictures here. May your birthday be as beautiful as our pictures no and African way na shisha on kama happy birthday Abigail Tanga our a year by new site baby a Dr. Asafoje a hospital no from you a friend of Master P and I say yemfa birthday and Fama Abigail.
All right. Yeah, but a month for some cabinti, yan tranium, a mom cabby, so I'm scanning. Until we and to bet me a phrase here 0505 225578 0505 224944.
And sana lubina shano manabo. And some pain no.
Amuzu bitters.
What's it?
Amuzu
bitters. Twaso.
Okay, yeah, I'm quite. Na yeah, I'm sure Cynthia Manfro. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Kanu.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir, boss. Who didn't design?
Kofi Manuel. Kenya.
You, Kofi, yet you.
Because I'm on Black Stars and like, maybe yeah, I be dependent. Yeah, and me member. Awa, Sinyama awa, you be the football when I am when you come and see the money, yeah, I didn't know any good. And the value is the same. The value is the same. The kind of stuff is not one and it has to wish for more. The difference in different now, the Russian banana. None of us can. None of us can banana. The thing is, none of us can study. It touches now one none of us can. And the value is the same. Yeah, who different? Yeah, we different. Yeah. Yeah, much number one. Welcome for station. What you want to commercial as a one crack.
For now, dear, Omunyan can want some. I've been communicate here. Calf, if you are born in tea.
Because stadium now almost about 2 million renovation there. Medanam Kosheko the command in the host to class, because they ready almost mental.
Okay. All right. May I say hello? Yes, sir. All right. Nyamiche, yet you. Oh, Nyanko Pandum.
If you are in say, Zagano, think that the Ama of the phone with you, but I'm working, Papa. Many are what another thing can come on. You didn't tell let's try analysis. Me join it, Papa. I get justice to where I know that. This and one mechanic. Look at that. to microphone with the way anymore. Because if it came to work, I can see out the Gano. Also, we be Nama that you can put a problem. No. Only one man look this is the kind of platform member who has that's what issue. How can you tell this down here? Just say it, but
Hey, I'm trying line near the Munya crowd. Munya. And yet, Midasi, Chaswa. Hello?
Hello, Kanu.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Boss, me just we are frozen.
Within the voice of my favorite education.
You, Boss Sheba, it's you.
Yeah, Midasi, me, Eduma Moye, Yago Sham. Now, Mr. Kanu, really for the first time, minimum regional in the middle. Especially very now, no more than now, say, former sports minister, Mr. Question Jam, and the minimum regional. Because he asked a question about a kind of thing, how a Ghana for this guy, say one of the concerns are Ghana for winning yes, and he also asked a question about so what's it here? Players look at the Premier League Division 1, Division 2. How are you going to find money? Looking at the limited budget in the co-ministry, I can say relevant. The player born and they may know again. When the player born, they may know again. And see, on the nominal name, Mr. Odusa from Mr. While here, Obeka Sasa, the two maybe no nothing or Casapo Bian because that's a nation full of contradictions. Okay, we not this year, okay, we not this year. And I think that the area of the Casano, the better it to be for him, Medasi.
Okay, Mr. Medasi, pa. All right, now come on, Mochina, you have a baby to us. Now, Commoner can be idea to us on, but the air course vetting committee now say about 10. Now, Honorable Okudota Black, I know say, or vetting in there. But I'm not sure, say, or more judging who say, and events bit me, Aqua say. And to Okujo Tabla one day, time I do so I transfer a baby veteran MPP minority funds. Hey, Yentiasia, time of call. My uncle Jia whom next channel pa, and then 1-on-1 emphasis so. And I end this for this old boy, and a basa, yes, you will know, Benivo.
And Sana Lubina Sano Manabo.